All right, this is another Nerdz with Swag, Nerdz Ramblings. I'm Griffey OG. That's Leader Poet, and we have a special guest today, Nava Achilles. If you're on the PlayStation Network, just our friend Nava.
What up?
We know Nava since high school, so it's getting close to 18 years.
Dang, it's been a minute. Yeah.
Our relationship is now an adult.
An adult relationship.
Adult relationship.
I don't like the way you said that, but I feel you.
Yeah, don't say we're in an adult relationship ever.
We bros, we friends, we bros.
I don't like the way you
An
just said it.
adult. Our relationship is an adult now. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. You said adult relationship, didn't
We'll play it back. We'll play it back.
you?
We'll play
Okay.
it back.
I'll edit it. Make sure you say adult
Okay,
relationship.
that's fine.
We're going to bleep you out now.
All right. Let's get the sad stuff out of the way first, because it's going to be a terrible transition if we start all laughing. It's like, oh yeah, it's your boy.
Yeah, get the sad thing out first, yeah.
So yesterday, was it midday or last night?
It was last night, like 10 p.m.
Okay, that's when they announced that Chadwick Boseman passed away from colon cancer, stage 5.
It was that far?
Stage
Because they found it at
4?
3, didn't they?
Stage
They
4.
found it at
They
3.
found it at 3 4 years ago, 2016, right?
Bruh, and he filmed all those movies in between.
Yeah.
He was a boss.
So 4 major ones, but he's got some other ones on the low.
And then, I think a Netflix film, and then the Bridges film.
Yeah, like, what is it called? King is Coming or something like that?
Yeah.
That's
then,
the actual film that he found the voice that he was going to use for Black Panther.
And then 21 Bridges.
21 Bridges, that they don't mention on that too, but yeah.
So he was doing a lot of work.
All that work
He
while
played-
he was doing surgeries.
I
and
think
going through
Jackie might have
chemo.
been before all this, though.
What's that?
42 might have been before.
No, they listed on there, because that was 20...
No, because they found it in
13?
16. Yeah, so 42 I'm saying before.
Uh,
But if he stage 3, he might have had it then.
yeah, you gotta think about that.
Yeah, it was stage 3, so he might have been having some symptoms, and he just thought, oh, my stomach,
Yeah, I guess it got to a point where he's like, what's going on?
like something is bad.
But when did that photo of him come out?
With the beard where he was skinny.
Yeah,
If that wasn't this year,
it was this year.
if
I'm
it
trying
was-
to think of the time.
so at the very least, it was in the last 8 months he had that photo.
When it was that
And
bad.
people were like, what's wrong with him?
Because apparently he did a video call with somebody, that's when somebody snapped a shot.
And they were like, what's wrong with him?
Yeah,
People thought he was waiting for
but
a role.
nobody said anything because everybody was like, he looks
I
sick.
respect his circle.
But somebody was saying like, maybe he's going for, I was like, he got Black Panther, because they started filming, then they had to stop.
I remember because it was pushed back, and I remember we weren't given any real.
Well, that's when the COVID stuff started.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. No, you're right.
But they were supposed to start shooting back again because they were mostly done. So that's what's really curious about it is how far they get. Is it enough to like keep going, or do they pretty much got to scrap it?
Didn't they do something similar, just like CG their face, as far as they have to finish it?
I hate to say this.
Yeah, they got it now. They got
I don't want to
deep
sound
tech stuff
heartless
now, but
I don't sound heartless. All you'd have to do, I don't know how the story's gonna go. If he remains in the costume, you can
well, yeah.
finish it. He
But
just remains in the costume.
with Marvel, for some reason, everybody takes off their mask immediately.
Iron Man started that trend.
You're right.
They did with Carrie Fisher, didn't they, for Star Wars?
That little CG thing she did when she flew.
When she
in,
was Superman for a
even though she
second.
never used any powers before, which I wish she had, to be honest. But
The thing that made me mad is like she opened her. First of all, you've been dead because you out of space for a good.
it was a while. Yeah.
And she was like, you know what? But
Nah.
when she slowly did the power fist to do the super, I was like, you could have just flew. Why'd you have to?
Actually, to be honest, I got mixed. I'm like, hold on, you can have these powers. You could have been on front lines wrecking stuff. I didn't know you could use the Force. You could have
She
been.
was
wrecking
supposed to have like awareness or something, but I didn't think she was.
I know, yeah, they
They pretty much made her
abilities.
equal to Luke with no training.
people. Listen,
So she was a real problem.
Hold on a separate podcast.
She did train.
On a separate podcast, it probably have to be its own podcast. We're going to break down the new trilogy. We're going to have to one day.
I'm not a fan, so.
No, I know, and there's reasons. But steps aside, back to my man's Black Panther now.
Yeah, man. Can we stay with black people for 1 minute before you bring it back to the whites?
You about to start. You about to start.
I don't recall that.
You don't recall?
I don't recall
You on
that.
tape.
But yeah, that was very sad news. Wakanda Forever, all that.
Bruh. I thought he was so cool, bro. Like,
Yeah.
just as a fan of actors and movies, I thought he was so cool. He played all these famous people. He did it. Well, I literally was telling people, this is going to be the next generation of Denzel Washington. Like, I thought he was, like, the guy. They go, man, can anybody else get a role? I'm like, nah, you stay with Chad. You can stay with Chadwick.
I don't know.
It speaks volumes that he does get those roles.
Bro, because he was good. The James Brown movie, which I don't think a lot of people even remember Get On Up. I remember watching it on a Sunday afternoon. I said, this movie was great.
But look, on another podcast, we had this conversation about Denzel. How, like, he started off doing, like, soap operas and stuff, but he was acting. Then, he, you earn the right to, you can just be Denzel now.
Yeah.
In movies. It's okay. Chadwick, he's changing up. Like, James Brown sounded like James Brown.
Bruh,
Jackie Robinson.
like, the voice? Oh, my God.
Like, he goes all in, so...
And Black Panther with the accent?
He'll be different from him. He's like, what's the dude's Wright? His last name is Wright. Light-skinned dude. I Am Peoples.
I Am Peoples. The Chef, the one
Yeah,
Chef.
from the Chef, from the original Chef.
No, but what I was saying is Denzel. I'm not talking about as far as acting style. I'm talking about as far as, like, if you say, people go, top black male actor, Denzel's mentioned in almost every list.
Right.
So I'm saying Chadwick's going to become that guy.
Can we...
Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah, not the style. Style was way different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so y'all get it. Yeah, but, bruh, when I saw it, I thought maybe I read it wrong. Maybe like his brother, maybe his pops. But then I saw that 42. I said, wait, no, he not that old. So it's him. On a side note, another sad story for anybody who knows anything about Southern hip hop. Crunchy Black's daughter got murdered. Like, I think the same day. Yeah, so I'll post about it, and I was like, wait, what?
How old is she?
Crunchy Black ain't no spring chicken. She might have been a teenage grown woman.
Crunchy Black ain't no spring.
He not young. He never looked young, but you know.
And he probably could have had a hood baby. He was like 12 or something. Having kids, probably.
It'd really be a real thing. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there.
We were just trying to focus on
Crunchy Black's daughter.
Chadwick. You had more sad on sad player.
Let's get the sad out the way.
All right. Anybody else? Somebody stumped their toe today.
Terrible.
I watched Black Panther this morning.
In honor, right here.
I wanted to watch that King is Coming, whatever, where he's like searching for his sister. Or something.
Yeah, I actually haven't watched it. I want to watch that, and I'm gonna watch 21 Bridges. Did Bridges come out, or did it get delayed for COVID?
Yeah, it's been out.
Dang, I gotta watch it.
I
Where's it on?
watched it on stream, so there's no theater stuff. So I guess it's still on stream.
Oh, okay, I'm about to watch that. I'm not paying 30 like Mulan, but I'll pay a little bit.
Oh, you put Milan over it?
No, I say I'm not paying 30 like Mulan.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna pay that for the Milan regardless. You ever gotten to 10, 15? Me and Boo have a date night, but 30 piece for the crib, no big screen.
I was like, I was gonna say no big screen. I was like, it's IMAX.
No, it's not. It's home.
You at home?
30 piece.
The 30, I think it makes sense though, because
That movie cost, I think, 100 or 20 million to make. I looked it up and I was like, oh, I see. It was
120.
It was either 100 or 20
It's
million.
big. They were working on it for a minute because
but they're not getting that money back during this pandemic.
It's a wrap. Everybody knows they're taking a loss, so
Yeah.
they might as well just get the streaming out the way. That's why these theaters are like, we're gonna be open. It's like, nah,
Yeah, Mulan cost 200 million to make.
But it's supposed to be big. Like, it's all about that war she was in instead of like more of the love stories. Like, might be
Yeah, more true to the legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think that was a pushback. I guess we're going to transition to this point. That's one of the pushbacks. I don't think a lot of people who were defending it understood. When you're watching Disney movies, people want is a Disney movie. So it's not that people are going, we never want to see the true Mulan. No, that wasn't what it was. When you think about a childhood great cartoon with fun and singing and dancing, you go, oh, we're going to get some more of that. And it's like, no, that's not it. It's like, oh, that's not what I wanted.
People act like Disney made this stuff originally. These are all stories that have been out there.
They
Disney's
jacked
like,
every story.
we'll take that.
They
throw
took
a
the
couple
copyrights
songs on
of
you.
it.
Fam.
They took the
Lion
copyrights.
King? Kimba the White? Bro, when I finally looked up what it was about, the White Lion, I was like, y'all took this. Even
You never seen the
bro, even the scar, the
yeah.
uncle with the scar, seriously, and the scar with the
The whole thing is jacked because they went to there to research it to Japan. They was like, and dude was like, I'm not selling this. They was like, that's fine.
That's fine. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it had a manga / comic book.
Yeah.
Those who don't know.
It was a whole thing.
So
Like,
it already predates the
like Lion King 2 was based off of Simba 2. Like, he grows up and all this stuff. They jacked this whole world.
They made a lot of money off it.
You can't fight
At
the
one
mouse
point,
though.
it was. I think it's right now top 10 highest grossing animated of all time. Maybe even it was one at one point.
But Simpsons called him out like in the 90s. Apparently, we didn't pay attention. 'Cause
Simpsons said a lot of
He
things.
came out of the clouds. He was like Kimba. I'm Simmons.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, I mean, you are the same.
And it's funny because I remember being like in like Circus City and like Value City and stuff, and they always had the Kimba story like on it. I was like,
And it
fake
looked
Lion
like the
King.
generic, but
Right.
no, it actually was the original.
Because it came out in the 80s. That's why I was like, look at this fake Lion King. I was like,
And Lion King is my favorite Disney movie. And even I have to be like, dang, fam, y'all just jacked them like that?
And before the streaming service, you always kept rebuying it. Because remember, Disney was smart. They would have the Disney Vault where they wouldn't sell it. And then they will push massive sales when they was like, Lion King released from the Disney. Thought this is the new remastered version.
Because they had like the premium edition, the diamond edition, the legacy edition, the legends edition. But
That's
see,
what I
because I
always say.
shop at them used DVD and Blu-ray stores, I get them whenever I wanted to.
right.
Yeah, but there's always
So
for a
15
limited time only.
That's
It's
what
like
they
I gotta hurry
figured
up and
out.
get it. So it was like creating, what is it called? Creating scarsity.
Right.
That's the
Man,
reason why
we'll
I
find you a
made
used DVD store.
Figured out
for
that we
$15.
should have a vote. Yeah, it's in the Disney vote, guys. That's why it's not on the show. You gotta wait on that 7 door or something. I'm like waiting for 7.
I know, it was like until you can burn DVDs, then it was kind of like, all right.
I don't think, look,
So
transition again, I don't think a lot of companies realized bootlegging was some of their own faults. There were certain practices they had that I was like, you probably would have gotten bootlegged had you not have done these practices. Don't put it in the vault for 3 years. Don't do that. I want it now. Like,
Lion
don't.
King was in the vote for a minute.
No, it was, yeah. Or
all the originals, it's kind of like you can get what Lion King 2 or you can get all
Timon and Pumbaa.
Timon,
story.
yeah. I was like, yeah, you
okay,
can
now
get
1.5 was
that.
alright. 1.5 was alright.
Was it?
was
I
one
never
and a half.
saw it.
It's Timon and Pumbaa movie. It was alright.
What made it up? What'd they do?
Like, it's Timon, basically, first it's Timon and Pumbaa's, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a minute, like they backstories, but like a little more fleshed out, and then how they become friends. But it's not,
So they were kids and stuff growing up?
no, like, because with Pumbaa they go, oh, he's not a thing because he funky.
Yeah.
But Timon, if I'm not mistaken, they go through Timon's backstory. Was that on the TV
So
show?
he didn't go back to when he was a young warthog. He was like,
No, I think they went straight to,
I was
Timon.
an adult young because we don't know their lifespans, warthog.
I mean, they animals, bro. They live like 6 years or something. I don't know.
Only here.
And they don't have the same lifespan, so
And they was friends with lions. They was like, Simba's whole life, dog. Listen, science is not science. It's just like it's the Lion King. It's not science. It's Disney movies. There's no science.
No, we're already hearing this deep dive on the Lion King for no reason. So, so they met. Where? So it's about them meeting.
I can't. Let me make sure I clarify this. I don't remember because I watched the TV show and I watched the movie.
True.
So whatever one they showed to Moon's backstory, what happened is meerkats live in colonies, which I had no idea if that's a real thing. But because the show, the colony was like actual built up fort. He was the back gate guard. And apparently one day he just left his post because no one ever came through the back gate, and that day a predator came through the back gate and messed people up. And they bandaged him for doing that. But I can't remember if that was actually from the show or from the movie.
Did they all sound Italian when they were like the tribe?
I don't remember. It was somebody.
That'd been hilarious if everybody was like African and tobacco. But come on, guys.
What are you doing? That'd be messed up. But yeah,
I'm
he
kind
just
of interested in this.
he abandoned his post. But see, I don't remember if that was with 1.5. Also, dang.
There's a 1.5.
No, it's called Lion King 1.5.
Okay, that's what.
Sorry, 1.5. I'm shortening it.
And
like
2
I'm
was
going
when the
back.
kids, and it's like somehow Scar
Cool.
had a kid.
But it wasn't. He looked like Scar, but wasn't Scar's kid. If you go back and if you watch it, Kovu
Look,
was not Scar's kid, but he looked like Scar. He was drawn to look like baby Scar, but he somehow wasn't Scar's
whose kid was he?
Another lion that betrayed. Some lion that betrayed somebody.
Sounds like a Scar to me.
so
let's be real.
Somebody
Scar habits.
When Mufasa died and Simba's gone, Scar was in those tribes' guts.
Hey, bro, he hadn't been out there winning.
Somebody's got his kids.
And people don't even know the Lion King is actually scientifically accurate. There was only 2 male lions for a reason. That's literally how prides work. What's the meme where they have Nala? She was like, I love you, brother cousin. And he's like, wait, what do you mean? She's like, only Scar's around. Only Mufasa's around. Yeah. I'm either your sister or your cousin. Yeah. And Simba's like, no. But it's true.
Yeah.
Damn.
Incest.
But that's Scar's kids.
Televised incest.
That's like, the kid grow up. It's like, no, your daddy died in the war. It's like, niggas live in Louisiana. You just didn't want to claim him.
Because back in the day, you could just move a couple cities over.
Right.
You can't Google them.
Right. Daddy show up, you got that scholarship. It's like, son.
Where did Johnny?
I thought you were
Where
dead.
is Johnny Senior? Oh, he live in Oregon. What? They told me Johnny died. Nah, Johnny got a new wife and 3 more kids. He said, "Forget them kids and left y'all." I'm sorry.
Is it better to be the second family on the side or the original family that your daddy stepped out, but he stayed there though. Like y'all still got Christmas.
I don't know.
No, no. Let's not go down this.
If he's taking care of the side family better than his main family.
No, they don't get Christmas. You're not there.
Nah.
Like he's the show up. He's like, hey, it's one of y'all birthday, right? One of y'all.
When I in the Bernie Mac show where like the uncle that died was actually his pops on the TV show when you watch it, the
Like
episode,
Brandy. Yeah, they did that trash flip.
Oh yeah, that was actually yeah.
It was like Ray J.
Ray J was actually his son.
It was like his son.
But then like the thing that made him not so bad was that apparently, and Mo should remember this. Her mother left him for like a summer. She's like, "Mommy never left you." She goes, "Your mother left me," and then I got a chick pregnant. It was like,
It don't matter. Frank was so trash.
Frank
Might have been the trash. He started off like being fake book. I was like, oh, he's a great American dad. It was like, you know what?
you just gonna bring him downhill.
I don't know if it was writer strike or something. It was
Well,
like,
no, that's like when you watch Creed and you start realizing, wait, so Creed cheated on his wife to get you to make you nobody. It's like I thought he was faithful in the other movies.
he was up at, but no. Here's the thing. Wasn't it like if you pay attention to First Rocket, he got 2 kids that they don't bring up. He had a son and a daughter.
Oh.
And I thought the dude that plays Avon Barksdale or whatever, when they were in the first movie in the gym, when he kept calling him bro, I thought that was the older kid.
No, because they
Yeah, but that's the
trainer's son.
Yeah.
But
they don't bring up. I was like, none of the kids come visit once they found
like
out.
he didn't have kids. You're right. That's like in Family Guy when the dude's son was gone for like 5 seasons. They had a whole son.
Oh yeah,
Hold on.
He came back from the army.
No, I'll take a step further. He was not older than Meg. How was he in the army that whole time? Meg was in high school.
Talking about
Joe's son.
Yeah, he was in the army, but him and Meg were like the same age. So
First
how
of
was
all,
Meg
Meg
still
been
in
in high school for 10 years.
Okay, that's true. Bart Simpson's like 40 at this point.
Yeah, that's why they keep trying to flash forward every once in a while. It's like, oh, I remember Bart be grown.
I literally won't.
And why was the mayor still in office after dating Meg for so long?
Oh, when he was Adam West.
Adam West.
First of all, yeah, she never graduated.
She never got.
First of all, Meg had a relationship with Adam West.
She did.
Quagmire.
And quite, yeah.
They was. Oh, that was weird. For her to be this quote unquote ugly duckling, she stayed with a dude, don't she?
She's willing. She let in
And
the ear.
Hold on, did
Remember
we
the
ever
ear?
get a follow up?
Morally
with
questionable
Morty?
dudes.
Wasn't Morty the little nerdy guy that liked her? He supposed to be from the future or something? Did we ever get a follow up on that?
Hold on, wait.
No, he's still there. You talking
No,
about
you
the
remember that?
nerd, the redhead?
There's an episode where how come I haven't left yet? She has to love you back, and the guy went back to the portal. I was like, wait,
He's still there. That's the Jewish dude's son.
yeah.
Yeah, the redhead dude. He's still every once in a while. They just forgot about him.
Family Guy does that. They
You
forget
just
about
need to
me.
walk away from Meg. After Hot Meg lasted for like a second, it was like, yeah, you're back to trash, Meg.
That's a repeating.
And
like,
Mila Kunis plays her voice,
Yeah.
which is like the opposite of Mila Kunis.
so the same thing
Nonetheless.
with American Dad. Stan's daughter dated an older guy. No. Yeah, she dated his boss.
I think they
Did
did
she?
it, didn't it?
Yeah.
But at least she's in college.
No, she's in
That
college.
is true. She
She's
lives in
legal.
college.
It's different. It's different.
All right.
She's just a hippie.
She just.
Yeah. She ain't got no job.
So, did y'all catch any of the fandom, DC fandom announcements, all the crazy stuff that's coming out?
I saw we getting the Arkham Knights game.
Yep.
Which, as a fan of the other games, that's dope. Different characters, different abilities. I love to play that. The problem is, it looks so. How do I say this? You play a game and you like it, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the next one comes out, you want it to be like a little better.
Mm-hmm.
It looks exactly like the old Arkham games, and I'm like, I figured it'd be a little.
All the Arkham games kind of look alike, but it's just the gameplay's different.
I know, but this one it looks almost wanted like I don't know, maybe because it's not finished yet, but also like a little more polished, a little better.
Yeah, it's on.
That's
They're
it.
still figuring it out.
But the fact I can pick different heroes, I like that. I want to do that.
See, that's what I thought of. I was like, okay, this is like after you beat the game, now you can play as Robin and all of whoever else is in the game in the back. But now you actually got moves and stuff like, I got pose.
Right?
I ain't got no gadgets.
Nightwing, I'm trying to use Nightwing.
And it looks like it's a dual thing because every board they were on, they had somebody else there you could switch and do combos.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. That looks dope to me.
But that's kind of petty because it's like, oh, we need each other because we don't have Batman.
That's right, because they say the point is that he's dead
Yeah.
for the storyline.
For which one? This one?
The Arkham Knights.
Arkham Knights.
Okay.
So it's all the Bat family.
It's the Bat family.
And I don't like how they did Robin.
Because it's Damian's Robin in this one.
It's not Damon, it's Tim Drake.
That's Drake, really.
And you know
But
he's-
Red Hood, I saw Red Hood in the thing though. So how do we have?
No, that's
So
Todd.
Jason-
Jason Todd
Jason
is
Todd.
Red Hood.
Oh, you're right. Never mind.
Now, Tim Drake See, the universe with him and Damien is sometimes mixed.
Because
Either
is he the one that leads and becomes leader of the Teen Titans?
Yeah, he's the one that comes to Red Hood. Yeah, not Red Hood, Red Robin. He's the one that has a man. He ends up marrying Batgirl Oracle.
Okay.
And that's what's making it, because he looks like a kid, and
Yeah.
Oracle already got her legs back working.
Oh yeah. Well, so we can't go off of like the comic or like the animated
Yeah, this
series.
seems like some other...
Well, it's just like the other one that's coming out, the Suicide Squad supposed to become Justice League or something like that.
Kill the Justice League. It was like a mission. I don't think they're going to let you kill Superman.
Well, part supposed to be another universe where like he's taking over.
I thought that was going to be like some weird 3D movie.
That's what I'm hearing. That's a game.
Yeah.
But the problem with a game like that is, me and you had this talk years ago. The problem with a game like that is this: it's probably fun, but it's like Halo 3 ODST. It's like, oh look, the super tall, strong Spartans, regular soldiers. It's like I want to be that one.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna make a game that's gonna be pretty and like, I'd actually rather be Lantern. I'd rather be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'd rather be them.
I thought it was going to be weird. They're coming out with that, and then they're trying to come out with Suicide 2 around the same time. It's like,
And they're not gonna correlate.
you better not have a better story on that game.
That game better not be better than the movie. It better not be better.
Revamp this movie.
Like DC,
the animated universe
D-
is killing
the
movie.
animated universe is hard.
Why won't they talk to the dudes across the street?
I don't know.
dog?
It's like, all right, the guys who make this,
All right.
the animated.
What was that?
We
what
need
was
you
that last
guys
one
to
that came
direct
out?
the movies.
What's the last one that came out? The War.
Apocalypse.
Fam.
Oh, that one was.
Hold on. If y'all get a chance to watch it again, watch Infinity War, and then watch it again.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah,
why are you in Infinity War DC?
exactly.
It's Infinity War DC.
Exactly.
Probably why it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good.
But they kept.
But it was-
They were
it's
like,
still
let's
darker.
remix
It was darker,
Flashpoint,
darker.
but let's take a little piece off of this one.
Then the way it ended, spoilers. The way it ended, it's like, oh, we're just gonna.
It makes sense though.
I'll say this: the ending would be cheap if they had never made the Flashpoint movie. Because
Right.
They made,
If
it's
that
like,
wasn't a thing.
okay, it's like because you already established the timeline,
Mm-hmm.
this is fine. But
And they revamped how they got the reboot of like the Teen Titan movies stuff back. First of all, let's just get out of the way. It's Batman comics. Just say it's not DC. It's Batman's keeping it alive. Everything Batman.
pretty much.
Because again, we're getting another Batman movie. Everybody was like, Robert Pattinson. Then he started beating the dude for 5 seconds straight, and everybody's like,
Bro,
he's
he,
vengeance for
like,
real.
he looked angry. Like he.
Yeah. That has taken them so long to fight one guy though.
No, he was proving the point because you see, he kept looking up like, y'all see?
Y'all see me? Hold on, did somebody do that in high school, bro? I'm mad because I missed it, bro. We don't see no names. Somebody was fighting somebody. And literally was like, y'all see me whooping him?
No.
He talked to the crowd like, y'all see me whooping him.
He kept looking up like
And looked at
I was like, I'm not even a part of this.
It's like somebody watching this.
I was
like-
like, adults.
Oh, I'm not
Couldn't be
in.
no snitch. He was like, somebody just look at our eyes.
Look at where we're looking. Look at where we're looking.
Just
Because somebody can win a fight, and you're like, all right,
That's
bro,
like-
it's enough. What's it movie life? The movie life? It's enough. He's like, enough for beating.
No, we go to he's had enough.
He's had enough.
Throwing the
It's
towel.
like you won't be. It's like I'm not cool with him, but just this ain't right.
The same
Like,
right.
wait, but we want to be able to read
And
tomorrow.
I
Like,
don't want to be the next target, so I can't
Right.
slap in there. It's like,
what if you get mad at one of them?
yeah, it's like, what if he's like,
Somebody stop.
y'all
The
see
mess-
this?
But the best part is, the guy who won the fight used to get whooped.
Yeah,
Like he leveled up like a Super Saiyan.
yeah. It was his turn.
No names.
it's like, oh, you get the
he
experience.
looked
points.
he got the spirit. That's remember
like,
how,
how
remember how
you
skinny
still level up
remember how
in
skinny
laws,
Drake
like-
was till he beat McMill in rapping, and then also he
He
got
probably couldn't
stronger.
even fight. It was like, you're not confident. And after you got the 2 looks, he was like, I don't want to. It's over.
Then eventually he was like, you know
But
what?
you saw it, like, if you would have seen him, the crazy, that's why he kept looking like anybody else. Everybody was like, we didn't want nothing to do with what y'all got going
But we're gonna watch because it's
on.
entertaining.
Right.
I ain't never ran from. I stayed,
But it just kept going.
Talking about during the fight.
bro. People, I'm mad because I heard about it like the next day. I was like, I missed it, bro. I hate missing good.
I did leave. When there was a fight, there was like always a rush of a crowd.
I used to
trying
wa- I used- I
come.
used to
was
go-
like,
I used to go
nah,
closer.
excuse me.
All right,
I
the
walked
way it
through,
was
I
set
did
up, you couldn't.
Okay.
You couldn't just exit.
There'll be fights like that sometimes. They're like
Why
crowd
was I
like
was
the door. And you
I
can't.
need to get,
Yeah.
and you know how our hallways were like that horseshoe.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, do I really want to go all the way up another level to go around? And people are like, why are you on this floor? Well, they fucking,
Yeah. Go to
Somebody-
detention. It's like, oh.
somebody might be losing their life right now, so I didn't want to walk through. and interrupt that.
Yeah.
Hold on, did you ever see that fight when the two girls was fighting? And I forgot who it was. Somebody ran in the middle and he threw up like his little gang sign, like it was a music video.
It's like that one video when they fight, the dude start breakdancing.
Hey man.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, this will wait. This way. 18 years ago. No, it was all minors. So.
That's statutory limitation. Yeah.
Yeah, statute limitations, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Plus, anybody down? Just some hands. Just some hands and feet, like Waka Flocka said.
Legal podcast now.
But here's one thing I heard about the Batman, because you see the symbol, it's like the red.
It's like,
yeah, like Batman Beyond. And then if he took off tonight, he's got the long hair. That's like, are they trying to Terry him a little bit? But it is Bruce.
My thing is, because of what I heard about the Flash movie, which I think is supposed to be, if not Flashpoint, something akin to Flashpoint. We're getting Ben Affleck's going to be in that one.
Ben Affleck's back, but he's just going to be a Bruce Wayne. And I think what they're going to do is have him send him back in time, like that timeline where he sends him back to warn Bruce.
Yeah, because we never got that follow up in Justice League.
And if you look at him, he's growing out his beard like that picture. So
that's right.
So this is a transition to get rid of Ben Affleck. Which I said it makes more sense.
Well,
it's kind of like...
Because Affleck quit of his own. Like, it wasn't like he didn't want to do it no more. So it's like, okay.
Yeah,
did he quit because
Warner Brothers?
Huh?
Warner Brothers did what Warner Brothers do. We don't change that script. Shit, they kept editing before he got it. He's like, well, I can, whatever.
Because I remember he wanted control, and I think they said yes but no.
Yeah.
They were like yes but no.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing they're re-releasing Justice League with the Snyder cut, which they said is a completely different movie than what was...
It's
the original script,
bro.
Yeah.
Because the original script was supposed to actually have Darkseid. And I think more Green Lantern, because the Green Lantern, you see him for like a half second in the little ancient battle.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, snap, it's Green Lantern. Then it's like...
they're going to introduce the new one, the Hal Jordan.
We're going to Hal with this one.
Yeah, okay. It was going to be Hal Jordan.
So who was that Green Lantern?
It was
an ancient,
It's like hundreds of years ago. So it's like
it was
ancient,
Greek gods and stuff fighting. So
it's like ancient. So I don't know, some guy.
So instead of Stephen was Darkseid was supposed to be there, but this was supposed to be before he was Darkseid. He had his laser eye stuff. So this when he was whatever name. So he took that L because the Darkseid he didn't take no L's.
No, Darkseid
So this is before he took his little. He's like, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Because Steppenwolf was too CG. Like, even if you didn't hate
this one is going to be extra. He's more of like
no, but Steppenwolf looked like a PS3 graphics, 360 graphics character.
Yeah, his face.
But then like the rest of everybody else looked good in their costumes. You look at him like, why you look like that?
But all right, you remember Batman v Superman when Lex was in the water and he did the yell, then he faded away. That's what he's going to look like in the Snyder Cut.
Okay. Like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's coming to HBO Max. Using one of my people's logins to watch it.
I wouldn't mind if they... I feel like, as far as the Justice League movie, I feel like they needed more movies. I feel like they...
No. It was supposed to be...
They got panicked because of Avengers too.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I feel like
DC
they could stand up on their own. They did the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, see, the problem with DC is they want to be rebellious. See, Marvel laid out the plan of how cinematic universe works. See, other universes, parentheses universes, they'll say, for example, you'll see the Fast Furious universe. No, you're a set of sequels. You're not like an interconnected universe.
I'm mad they started calling that universe.
It's not. It's really not. So, like, when this happened, it was like, okay, here's the blueprint. And DC was kind of like, no, we're going to do it our own way. It's like, listen. If someone who is more successful at this thing shows you how to do it, and you go, I'm doing the complete opposite, it's like, you don't have to. Yeah. You can still... Because when Batman v Superman came out, to me, it was not a bad movie. It was not a bad movie. But the follow-up was like, you had Superman that came out first. And it was actually a good film to me.
I didn't hate Man of Steel. I wanted the sequel.
Yes. And then when vs. Superman came out, I was like, a little rushed, but I didn't hate what I saw. Yeah. Then Justice League, it was like...
Everything felt rushed.
And even though I didn't hate it, I was like, y'all could have done so much better. But then you had the director, and his daughter died, and then like they called the other guy in. And I was like, at that point, maybe just delay.
And it would make sense, and I kind of get it. We've seen too many Superman stories. We've seen too many Batman stories.
So I kind of get it from that standpoint.
We never seen Wonder Woman.
Her movie was nice.
And that was a good movie.
Flash.
Is there really a lot of Superman stories, though? Because there was stuff way before we were born, didn't we cover out. They show it reruns on TBS.
Superman Returns, which was super paper.
Superman Returns was Deadbeat Dad Returns.
That was paper. He had to sign.
Yeah, I was like...
Hold on. That actually kind of didn't make sense, because how long was he gone?
Apparently, like, at least 8 years or something. How was that?
That's like the kid was,
I went to look for my
Superman Returns. He's the only Superman that had like no muscles.
Okay.
when he came back, and everybody's like, the world don't need Superman.
Well, see, we thought DC was on the rise because Superman Returns came out right around the time as Batman Begins, when Nolan brought those masterpieces to work. But it was like Superman Returns was like,
His
focus on
biggest
Batman.
foe was Kryptonite and Lex Luthor
Yeah.
and some regular dudes.
Oh, actually, speaking of which, if you watch the Batman trailer, so I know there's Penguin, and I know there's Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
Who are those guys with the face paint that goes past their lips?
Those are just the gangs.
Oh, okay.
They're doing all the Gotham gangs because it's supposed to be.
Because he looked like Joker-esque, and I was like,
this is year 2, 3-ish Batman.
Okay.
So
yeah, he's young. He's young.
Yeah. So it's him just getting with Gordon. Gordon's like, I will work with you type.
Okay.
So this is like the Riddler before he gets off. That's why he got the tape. You seen the Long Halloween? You read that?
I think I read it a long time ago.
So Joker, if it's supposed to be a trilogy, and I think at the second or end, because Two-Face is coming into it too. It's supposed to be all that stuff where he got the acid, all the gangs are out of control.
Okay.
So,
side note. So
and Joker shows up too.
Speaking of DC, if anyone gets a chance, I know Comics Explained talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if all the comics are out yet, but the story has not started. Well, they now will explain how there's multiple Jokers.
I'm just willing
talking
to
about
accept.
that 3 Jokers?
Yes, apparently they're starting it. So Comics Explained did
Wow.
one video about it, and you saw them, but there was no explanation just yet. So there's more coming, and I'm like, oh, I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for this because apparently there's been 3 Jokers in the main timeline, but no one knows how.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm actually looking forward to that. But it's just something to throw out there. Little topic.
Oh, I do like the casting choice for the new Commissioner Gordon.
Yes.
That's what I was talking about.
Dog,
Iron
yeah.
Peoples.
When I forget his name, I just want to call him Smart Brother.
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey.
I know his last name was Wright.
I
Okay, yeah.
become him Smart Brother because he always playing a smart brother.
Wow.
He always had glasses. Think about what's the movie with
Peoples
Katniss?
wasn't smart. He
No.
was a crazy
Hold on.
Dominican who
Katniss.
stabbed
What's
himself.
Katniss? What was that movie? Katniss Everdeen with the bow?
Talking about
Because he was in that. And he was Smart Brother.
he was
Hunger Games because
Hunger
somebody's
Games.
over freaking out over the couch. Because that's their life.
I'm Katniss. Ah.
He was in that?
Yeah,
he was.
He was like
I
one of
watch
I think
all
second
of
and third movies. He's like in like the Resistance, and he was like smart, the glasses, and all that.
That's just gonna be
Like,
smart.
What happened to him though? Because he was the one who
He got
did the
crippled. I
power.
think he got crippled. He got hurt.
I thought he fried him. Wasn't he one with the coil and?
I can't remember now, but I know he gets hurt. I don't know if he died or not. But he did have the glasses. And he was all intelligent.
I love how that just makes intelligence because he got
The glasses. I watch so much anime. The glasses, then the light reflects.
Dumb people got stigmatisms too.
Huh?
I said dumb people got stigmatisms too.
Yeah, but they forget their glasses though.
They do. They just
And I
forget.
think they cute. They put in contacts. I'm too cute for glasses. I'm like, let me quit. I know because you can't see.
I'm trying to think what else was in him though. He played Martin Luther King once,
He did play MLK once, didn't he?
and it was just weird. 'Cause I was like, he liked,
I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first saw him, I thought he was like Marl Van People's little brother or something.
but you seen Westworld, right? He's killing.
Yes,
it.
he was in Westworld. I didn't finish it, and I'm mad because I actually meant to get back into it, but I kind of was watching too much stuff. And apparently Westworld got real, from what I hear.
He's low key in everything. He's like who's the dude that played the Commissioner Gordon in The Dark Knight?
Oh my God, yes, him too. Yes, that actor. I forgot his name, but yes, he's a
But-
lot.
His range is like Jeffrey Wright.
It's
They
just-
got the crazy. They always pick roles where they kind of knock themselves off.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Well, they actually can act
Right.
versus just I'm a cute person on camera.
Well,
Because some people, like for example, Forrest Whitaker, y'all know is talented. You know he's talented,
But he had a lot of roles back here.
but he look how he look. Listen, what I'm saying is that's how you know he's talented.
You know he got like a brother that looks just like him.
Yes. Oh my God, drove me crazy. When you see it, it's
Yeah,
weird.
there was a whole meme on
Yeah,
it.
because I was
Bro,
like,
it's weird.
I was like,
And who was it that had the two brothers? I think it's the black chubby cop from The Wire is brothers with It's these two acting brothers. They don't look nothing alike,
you talking about
and they both always play cops. Like the one dude's bald, and the other one was the chubby black cop in The Wire.
No, you're getting confused. The dude that's bald is brothers with Avon Barksdale.
Wait, that's his brother? Oh, Wood Harris.
Yeah, Wood Harris and the other dude, something Harris.
Oh, yeah, they look nothing alike, and they brothers.
Don't come to us for the facts.
Yeah,
just
we don't
got
know.
Jeff.
Google. Please Google. We just talk.
We'll get you
in.
in the RAM research.
It's
yourself.
called rambling for a reason. We smart, we ain't that smart.
question yourself.
But after that fandom, I was like, okay, DC, you're not trash. Ish.
That's the problem. They have everything they need. They have trouble putting the pieces together.
I don't know. I'm just more. It's more of the Batman saving them again because everything else. I'm like, yeah.
And the thing about Superman is, if you have the budget, right? If you have the budget, you literally could take just Superman IP, right? And you could literally make essentially an American Dragon Ball Z movie.
You just could have made a Man of Steel too. Man of Steel was fine. They just could have carried on that story.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you look at his space fights, when he fights in the future, when he fights like Lobo, when he fights like I forgot that dude that's like puts back a planet champion. He's like a champion galactic, whatever his name is. Like you could literally create an American like Dragon Ball Z movie using the Superman property because he has intergalactic, stupid, wild fights, stuff where he bench presses planet weight. Like there's these wild displays he does. But if you have the budget, you can probably make an amazing movie off of it.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. You can't introduce that Superman with those level feats into this universe. Yeah. Because everybody already pointed out with the Ben Affleck Batman, he was just standing there during the whole fight with Doomsday. It was like, what was Batman supposed to do?
Yeah, that's it. I gave you the spear.
When they showed him running, trying to, no. He was like,
Nope.
But that's a Superman I hate, the overpowered Superman.
Well, the problem with him is, and it's not all Superman, but and I tell people all the time when they do the verses, stop trying to amalgamate all of them. There's a difference between them. It's like
that's what DC's problem was. Now, like Flash has the strength force, all these other forces instead of just speed. So now he's
because the speed force existed, but then I think they came out later. Oh, and he made it.
Yeah. Then it was like mind force, strength force, teleport. I don't know. It's like 5 or 6. Like,
well, it's just like I think 2 years ago they came out with the reason metahumans exist. Mm-hmm. Was it Inf Metal? What's it called?
There's a whole bunch of them. That's what they did with Batman.
Basically, what Marvel did 50 years ago explain what mutants are. They did. They not Marvel. DC finally did it, and I think it's where you could have this particular element. I forgot what it's called. This element in you, and it's not like the mutant gene where you go something happens, powers
because it's copyrighted.
No, but it gives you the potential to have power. So it's like you could go your whole life with the gene and nothing.
I don't care. DC, just do better.
Just do better.
So I think DC did a good thing back in, was it in the 70s or 80s with the Crisis event?
Like to amalgamate? That was a good idea.
That was a good idea. They had all these different proproperties, and then which I just learned this from watching the TV show when they finished the what was it? The Crisis on Infinite Earths. Mm-hmm. And so when you do the research, they had it was not that good, but
people hyped it up. Then
it did teach you a lot about the history when you go back because they had all these nice cameos.
It killed the Batwoman show. There was like crossover. It's not working. It's like they brought out Kevin Conroy. They finally got him on live action. The animated Batman dude. He did the voice for years.
Yeah.
People like he could be the best Batman. Put him on the CW.
Broken.
So basically, it's like
broken as an evil Batman.
I have a new game that should be on the front of Las Vegas. We're gonna send you to Reno. Matter of fact, Atlantic City.
But it was cool how they had all these different. Then the Crisis event united them all under one.
But they killed off people. They brought.
But don't these do this like
so they killed off a lot of people, and then that was the Rebirth series came back
because they brought back the TV series Smallville Superman and took away his power. They did a whole bunch of things. He was like, nobody want to see that.
Yeah,
dress him up.
Like make him look nice.
He became so weak that Lex didn't even want to kill him.
Yeah, Lex came out. He was like, I don't even. You ain't worth the kryptonite.
It's like
nobody was.
I think it was nostalgia, and it also tied the TV shows into the movies, which I don't know if that helped.
No,
because that Great Value Superman, he always just looks funny.
Which one?
Returns. He's the one that got to fly and everything.
That's Great Value.
And he was supposed to have been not Prime, but he was like a super powerful Superman. Like
they brought Brandon Ruth. Superman.
Oh, from Superman Returns?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that said,
was,
only no muscles. Only one that doesn't look scary.
That's what I'm talking about. He's the one that had like that really powerful Superman.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Great Value one. That's on Superman.
He was Great Value.
No, Supergirl. The other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he Great Value. He Kroger Brand.
He's Kroger Brand.
Look,
oh, man.
Those shows could have been like, Supergirl could have been really good because they had Martian and everything in there. They just CW it. Well, I don't know why CW got to make everything.
So Arrow is the only one that feels like, regardless of how you feel about Arrow's the only one that feels consistent and serious. And then it gets into Flash, which I like, but it's cheesy.
Yeah, when they started crossing over, that kind of run Arrow.
Because I heard Gotham was hard, but it's not in the same verse. It's just over here.
Gotham, I like the setup Gotham did.
Yeah.
He's growing up, and then it's like more focused on the villains.
I watched up until 3, and then I was like, and then last week I just watched the last 3 episodes to finish it up. I was like, I just want to see him be grown Batman.
That's how I felt.
He got
when I was
annoying.
watching.
Bruce got annoying as a kid. It was kind of like,
I can do it. I was like, no, you can't.
no, you can't.
Can't
Fight.
fight, dog.
Then he leaves.
I'll find that. Hey, that's always been weird to me. Because don't Batman get like a bunch of degrees?
Yeah.
Whenever you watch any movie, not talking about comics, when you watch any movie, it's always
He went to like.
somewhere, at some point he gets
Oxford.
multiple college degrees, right?
Yeah.
They never show him in college.
No,
It's
he was a child.
angry
prodigy.
kid, angry
Yeah.
kid, right? Parents died. It's always like somewhere training.
Yeah.
When did you go to school, Mike?
Only Batman's Begins that they kind of did. He was already in college.
He came back, and it was like came out. He was going to shoot the guy.
But they sent him off through.
But even though he wasn't like,
I mean, they never showed like, dude, what was his child like? What was his college life like?
because
With
he's
his vengeance
supposed
on
to,
his mind.
Yeah.
like in like a backstory when they try to explain like his
Smashing with
feats and
vengeance.
his intelligence. Like Bruce is supposed to have like
Oh,
13 PhDs.
Oh, no.
Yeah, in the
Before
DC, he's
he's
like the smartest.
before
No,
he's like 20
that's-
years
they,
old.
They just came out about, I want to say in the last 2-3 years, that's his superpower. Is that his intellect is beyond the normal humans.
Yeah.
I figured you would come at maybe 40 years ago, but okay. But it's just now, apparently the little information I was telling you about, like gives you power, that's his intellect.
Yeah, there's like a few people smarter than him now, but at the time
He's
was
like top
their
5.
Reed Richards, basically. They were
Yeah,
trying-
he
the
was there.
smartest, apparently human, is like
Right.
Lex Luthor. He's the smartest person in DC.
Lex Luthor is just insane.
but he's
But-
got
because the original
personality
story,
traits that mess him up because of his ego. So.
yeah,
Yeah.
Lex Luthor is kind of insane.
But so is Batman.
Batman's kind of
Batman's
Can we
really
say
trash.
Can we say all of them?
person. He's a terrible person.
to dress up?
He's an anti-hero. He's an anti-hero. Because, like, there literally are beings more powerful than him in the league at all times.
Yeah.
And people be like, they'll stop and let me go at some point and just arrest me.
No, he's
but Batman
constantly-
is like, he might break my arm and at the height of pain ask me the question. And it's like,
Oh, you see the
No.
comic strip when he was like, "Start talking," but he's already hitting the dude.
start talking.
And he's fumbling through the wall. You
Stop
better
hitting
start.
me.
I was gonna say that those memes where it was kind of like you see people like some weird accident like bent up. It was like Batman
Now
leaves you like
talk.
this. Now talk. It was like,
Hold on, but then they no. They brought that up. They brought that up in was it Batman v Superman?
Yeah.
But the guys go to prison. It was like, if I go with this more, they're gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Because they know I said something.
Right.
It was like Batman, and they told him, they said, Batman, you're making people get murdered because they know you snitched, you made them snitch.
he's like, I swear to God.
Nobody
Swear to
talks
me.
about that
He's like,
movie.
Swear to me.
Swear to
But Batman v Superman, he was a murderer. Nobody said anything.
Bro, he was.
Because any other time
The
it's like,
Batmobile had
oh,
actual
you
bullets.
indirectly got killed. You fell off the roof. But I
Oh
didn't
no!
save
The,
you.
the explosion
No.
came in your direction.
He
That
didn't
Batmobile
care.
was shooting rounds in the
Bullets.
back, and he landed on top of the truck with them in the back. I was like, you killed them. dog.
Well, remember they're supposed to be, because the problem they do be also Batman vs Superman is they went too far in the future. He's supposed to be
yeah, he's supposed to be old man.
older, and Robin had been already been killed
Yeah.
by Joker. Like, so it was kind of like. But then the problem is, if you don't know,
That Dark Knight comic where he's old. And,
so the problem is if you don't know, then it doesn't make sense.
Right.
See, because we know a little bit, it's like I know what you're going for,
Yeah.
but you gave no explanation.
WB did.
CW, they want so badly to be make 90s teen dramas.
They just want
but
One
they have
Tree Hill
superheroes.
with superhero faces.
They
That's
want
all.
90s teen dramas with superheroes.
And that's what messes it up.
But that's why they have all the side heroes. DC was like, we're not giving you main people.
Because, like I said, Arrow was good up until 1, 2, 3. And I was like, how many times they gonna try to throw this crazy blonde girl into the mix? And she turned out. They made, first of all, her character was all right,
Who?
just being a
Which
sidekick. She kind of infatuated by the hero thing.
Oh.
Then she just turned completely trash.
Like Felicity?
Yeah, because she was like sabotaging and being jealous, but you were supposed to be with this other dude, and you going back with him. We're married. Oh, you got a son? I'm out. This. It's like, what is?
Yes.
A lot of chicks on TV named Felicity don't pan out. The
Now, I do
TV
think
that
she's a
TV show
good
didn't make
character.
sense.
She plays a good, like, nerd, smart, tech person, like, as far as the actual show. But I feel like all the relationships, they just never made sense. It was just kind of like, all right, can you just fight
Yeah.
somebody?
Hold on.
Yeah.
The most savage thing in the world, when I read this panel, comic panel, you ever laugh and then you done laugh and you be like, oh. when was it, what, Robin smashed Oracle,
Yeah.
right? And then got up and was like, here's me and Starfire's wedding invitation.
Yeah.
Fam.
But apparently he had a hall pass.
Oh, she let him.
Yeah, because Oracle tried to go tell. She was like, and she was like, I know, I don't care. You know, she's an alien. She was like, I'm cool with this.
Do you remember the panel where Oracle walked up and like, you know, Starfire was gorgeous and she was stacked. She
Right.
opened the door and Oracle was like, oh, this is new girl. She was like, She literally was like, okay, she bad, I get it. Like, she was like, okay, I get it. She bad.
And then she went with the younger Robin, who was off her. He was like, I don't care that you got smacked.
I'm noticing that superheroes, they're kind of like wrestlers. If you ever paid attention to your favorite professional wrestlers growing up, you'll see, like, I think Miss Deborah was married to Goldust, and then married to Stone Cold. They married, like, y'all married the same people.
No, it's just the Batman's track. He created that environment. He smashed all his sidekicks, or their girls. And the villains.
He smashed his friend's daughter.
Yeah, that's Gordon's daughter and your sidekick's girlfriend at the time.
And he let her get shot by his main villain.
Oracle, who was Batgirl.
That was Dick. Yeah, that was Dick Grayson's girlfriend.
That's right. Oh,
and that's why Dick
that
left.
movie, the animated movie.
Yeah, that's why he left in the comics.
She said
too.
it's just sex. She was like beep. Yeah. But I will say this: he don't be the aggressor. It seemed like they come at him, and he just be like, "I'm so weak."
Dog, you 40.
He's 40.
You can turn this little girl down.
Was she
And
legal?
that's your
Homie.
son's. Would you call him your son?
Yeah. That's Diddy did it. Diddy did it in real life. Diddy.
You take that. I'm not taking.
I'm saying Diddy did that. That little girl was one of his sons.
Who are you talking about?
You
talking about Lori Harvey?
Is that it? That was like his son's girlfriend. Then he got her.
Future was the one with her. They just broke
Jada
up.
did it.
Jada did it.
Jada.
I can say it's
Entanglement all 22.
Well, that wasn't her son's boyfriend. That was just the homie.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
That's my bad.
Even though he was like however many years younger, like 20 or something.
If you ever
But
bring your friend around your mom, be like, just picture that. Bring your friend after church. He's like, he ain't got no food.
Yeah, but we all kind of.
Bro, look.
But there
Good
was always
night,
that.
you wake up, hey, homie, why you still here? Wait, hey, come on, my mama. All right, we got to throw hands now.
Right.
We're throwing hands.
Yeah.
Like, we're throwing
Your
hands.
homie sitting down eating breakfast with you. It was like,
Jada should have used
How'd
some
you get over
Karate
here?
Kid moves and roundhouse split kicked him.
I don't think he's going to be Batman now.
I ain't talking about Batman. I'm talking about August.
August.
August. He's tall, but what is he? 110 something?
He's skinty. He's skinty, bro.
He got it.
I know he can't fight though. I know he can fight. When your hair is long and orange, I just assume you can't fight.
I'm just saying.
I
If he
ain't
can
seen no
still do
UFC.
the splits kick, he can reach his chin. He got it.
John Claude Van Damme.
Yep.
Just roundhouse.
He was stroking Will's wife. He was. Now people even
He kept making songs. That's so disrespectful. Why he
and
keep
the thing
making
is,
songs?
people don't even use the crying Jordan meme no more. It's Will Smith's sad face. Oh no! And who don't love Will? Now I will say this in Jada's defense. People said that Will probably had some chicks too. Yeah, but his kept quiet. They respected the game. He came in like, you know what this is?
You know what it was?
She's a little girl. Because I think people said they think that he was doing something with I get these two confused. Margot Robbie and Cara or something.
Yeah,
One of them. But it's like, even if that was true, it's like,
regardless of speculation, the difference is
they didn't sing about it.
nobody knows these chicks. Like, they're not tied with the family.
Yeah, there's no, yeah.
This nigga be spending the night.
They was friends. They're my mentors, and I'm smashing his wife.
And Will apparently didn't bring him to the crib.
He tried to say, Will gave us a blessing. It was like, did he? No. Then they made that argument. Oh no, it's my choice. He can't make me. No, that's not what we're talking about, Jada. Stop.
He's like, nah, I thought this nigga was here for rehab.
Yeah, rehabbing with his wife.
Right.
She nursed him back to health with her body.
Just like,
It's appreciated.
Yeah, y'all seen that Halle Berry? Made me feel good. So Jada, you make me feel good.
She said that too. She's like, I just wanted to feel good. That's what immediately with my mind. I was like,
Halle Berry died. Except Halle Berry was single in the movie. In the movie, she was single. Well, no cheats.
Technically, yeah, her dude did just die from death row.
Yeah, he was on
That's the ultimate single.
That was Diddy too. I forgot Diddy did movies.
Remember Diddy used to act?
Bruh, get him to the Greek.
he didn't think.
He was
He
hilarious.
was Diddy though, basically.
He was just himself.
He was.
He was Sergio something.
No, Raisin in the Sun. Remember he did that?
Yeah, I know. I never saw that.
I got the DVD somewhere.
No, it's somewhere in the collection.
Probably in my mama's house. That's how.
No,
You know, when you're moving out, you're like, okay.
Yeah, I go to the house. I find something. Like, hey, this is mine. Oh, we've been watching that, son. Like, still mine. But here you go, Daddy. Sorry.
I know, there's no threats now. It's like, if you want to kick me out, I'm out. What are we doing?
Still on my stool.
All right. I have a question for the panel.
Go ahead.
Has Netflix actually mastered video game adaptations? Because
What is
growing
the
up,
list
we
then?
had trash.
We don't need to talk about those. Don't even
We
bring them up.
still got trash.
Yeah, but Witcher, dope. Castlevania, dope. Resident Evil coming out looks good so far.
We gotta wait.
Hold on, but they said you can look at the synopsis and scripts. Some of the synopsis and script is out, and they're taking a different role where it's not going to be strictly about like Claire and Leon. They're going to take a different route, like tell from a different
I
angle.
kind of wish they would because the whole Alice thing was trash. Those movies were dash.
I was telling somebody this recently was like, even though Resident Evil movies were profitable, it wasn't like we watched them and go, deserves Oscar, it's so amazing. It wasn't. What's the Face was pretty, and then it had a lot of action, but
It wasn't even good as a zombie movie though. When you really think, because the zombies weren't really.
They were mutants.
It was
weren't
more
they?
mutant
Yeah.
monsters.
No, what I'm saying is they were profitable, but they weren't like acclaimed.
It's that to me. That's low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
It's a zombie movie. You know how many zombie movies that we got? The only
But they
difference is
they were
like
more like mutants and
she was
monsters.
genetically enhanced.
Yeah. I think I
And
watched the first
it
2
didn't
or
even
3.
feel scary knowing that the main character
How many
could.
of those are there?
It was like seven,
Yeah,
8.
it was the first Fast and Furious.
I think I saw the first 2 in one of the animated movies, and then I stopped.
I'm surprised. I was like,
Then
that was the only
Ultraviolet
word
came out. I thought it was in the same universe for a second.
And what made it ultimately trash, like the one before the last one, when they ended it, they were out the White House and all the monsters coming, and they were supposed to have this epic battle. The next one come out, they just in the desert. That was crazy about that battle. We're not gonna show y'all what happened. That was crazy.
You talking about where was it? Where they was at the White House?
Yeah,
And that
it
was
ended
like-
in the movie.
And they said,
And
"This is
Whistler-
humanity's last stand." I was kind of like,
Credits.
And then it was like, ooh, that last
Humanity?
stand was wow. We saved humanity somehow, but not really. But.
all of human beings were
Right.
left in the White House. That
And-
was, and then I
And
was
then they
like,
all got
right.
Ubers, and it was cool.
They Ubered out.
But I always finished at some like underground bunker or tunnel with evil Neo from the. It's like,
If he wasn't in the real game, if you just watched the movie, you're like, who
is this guy?
Look back in the glass.
just like with dark shades and
Who's always doing the
underground.
Matrix moves?
Yeah, I was like, all right, he's evil Neo to me.
I was about done with the games too when he came around. I was like, when he started getting powers and stuff, I was like,
Now the second Resident Evil 2 is still a scary game to me.
you played the remakes?
No, the first one was I'm not playing the remake either.
They're even better. Like these.
No, it's not supposed to be like that. It's
But
supposed
all
to
of
be
them
like
are really good.
Okay.
All the remakes are really good.
No, I was talking
Are
about.
you still scared about the polygonish hands?
Nah, it was what's his name? What was that big giant?
Nemesis.
that. Nemesis. Hey, bruh.
He would come out of nowhere and just chase you off
first of all,
screen.
that was
so
scary as a
that's
child.
Bruh.
that's why I didn't play
First
no
of
more. I was
all,
like,
you
nope.
would hear him, and then he would just bust through. You know how you used to go through a board, you get to the, you like, oh, cool, I'm safe.
Yeah.
This nigga, you
I'm
like,
here. No.
You
That
walk
was
down the
like-
hall, you see him pass by a window.
Right.
I'm like, nope.
they
Hold on.
still
Turn around.
do that in the new Assassin's
Hold on, because
Creed.
that was
Yeah.
just like in the second Prince of Persia game. We went to that island, and the giant sand ghost monster was chasing them. But you wouldn't get no warning. You'd be like, okay, I'm gonna save here. Then I'm gonna do this puzzle and jump over here. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, nigga, he's here.
He's chasing you, and you know the
But Nemesis was so petty because he was huge, but he had speed.
Bruh.
that's what I'm saying. It was like,
He was like a linebacker.
you can't turn the corners with
No.
those horrible controls.
Yeah,
back in
and you would
the
get caught
90s.
on a box or something. You like, no.
Because you had to like get the pivot and then run, and then pivot and,
and then
then
he
run.
would just come with the Clubber Lang hands.
George Foreman.
He was the worst type of zombie. Just the,
Bro, I remember playing the game and like emptying clips into him and being like,
Nope, you had to have the rocket launcher.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Rocket launchers are the.
and those were never
No.
frequent.
You only got like 5 by the game or something. So he was like, "Do I shoot him now?" Or
and
do
when
I
you're a
save it to the
kid, you
end?
think it's like, oh, I'm gonna use the rocket launcher the first chance I get.
Can we talk about how hard games were trying to find these damn puzzles?
fam. I remember.
I don't
like
think they
it was
were hard.
yesterday.
It's just like you couldn't see. Like when I tried to play the old.
Some things you really couldn't see.
Yeah,
It'd be a glint. The glint would be way off camera somewhere.
First of all, it's a police station. Yeah.
There's no weapons anywhere. With no
But
weapons.
why is there like ancient tombs and all this stuff? I got to go to a library, look for clues to get into this door. I was like,
Why would a police station have archaeology in it?
fam, I'm in the 5th grade.
We-
I'm in the 5th grade.
I'm too young for this.
Hey.
I'm too
You
young
need to
for
start
this.
watching
Long
more,
Division is
Carmen
next year.
Sandiego.
Bruh. I remember the library, there was the 3 stone tablets, Resident Evil 2. And I remember how pissed I was. Click, half. I have to find another half of a tablet. I'm sitting here like, save, put in Twisted Metal.
Running out of ribbons.
Bruh, ribbons to save. Remember, I haven't required at first. I had finally got one.
I'm in 5th grade.
Too young for this.
Or with like Resident Evil, you had to kill a zombie with your bare hands to get the bullets out of his pocket.
Why?
I'm like,
why?
I should have started off with something. It's like
They could have just put. That's what I'm saying. Like, just put that nigga in the movie. That's perfect. You know, see the nigga struggle like I struggle.
yeah, no. MacGyver himself.
Play that
some
game with the light on.
solutions.
Play that game with the light on. I ain't
Yeah.
okay, I'll put the light on.
Punch him in the face. Somehow, still don't get bit.
But punch him right here. Mouth open. Magic.
Running into walls because his coordination and his.
And the zombies had perfect coordination. They were just slow.
But all right, so it's Castlevania,
Witcher. And right now Resident Evil, which looks like, apparently people saying it looks like what's written looks good.
Okay.
What I'm saying
is that it? Is there not another game?
I don't think there's a good. Like if you do good versus bad, you still need more good movies to be like, oh yeah,
Well,
now we're having better quality.
I don't. They like I said, we gotta see this Resident Evil.
Because if we go through the list of all the video game adaptations, we're probably going to go 3 good ones and 20 bad ones.
True.
I guess
But
the
What
ratio
was,
is
what was the
terrible.
original?
But Netflix
like the-
might have been single-handedly ruining anime movies live action.
Okay, that's live action anime. This is the problem. This is the problem. For most anime fans, we don't even want live action movies. We'd rather you give us a movie or another season. So it's kind of like it's almost pointless.
Battle Angel was actually really good.
That was actually that was
Because if you watch the original anime, you like this is a story.
well, that's because it was only like 2 episodes. Yeah. Now the manga,
right?
that story is long and deep.
But the live action, I was like, cool. Then it come up. This is actually good.
No, I like Alita
Yeah.
a lot. But the only reason I'd separate that one out is because Alita is such an old title that like it's a little different because that OVA was from like
Ghost?
1990
Ghost.
whatever.
Ghost in the Shell was old and they yeah.
But see, I actually like the movie. And I understand why some people didn't like it. Controversial topic.
Not even that. It's
She's
just,
not
yeah.
actually supposed to look Asian. She's actually not.
In the original, she was.
No, you watch it. If you watch the movie and talk to Japanese people, she's not Asian. Now, the character that becomes her, that she is Asian, but that body's not supposed to be Asian.
Well, yeah, that's why I didn't care about the movie, especially when they redid the anime. But in the original anime, she short crop top Asian bangs, all that.
But the way I heard it was written is that she's not supposed to. She don't have to be Asian.
She don't have to be. That's why I should have. I was like, okay.
Because my thing is, they still had Asian characters in it. It was
That
still in
old
Asian.
DVD I got from Suncoast.
Wow, rest in peace.
I got from Suncoast and rented from Hollywood Video. When she tried to break the tank, you know, she gets super muscular and busts up her body. She gotta get new. They were all mad Asian except for dude with the eyes and another dude.
I was about just her specifically.
It was like a Mongolian, and pretty much they.
No. I mean, the original movie was hard. Like, that was a hard movie. That's one of the only movies I remember where I remember watching it. You know, how a lot of movies have a lot of that, like, a lot of music in the background.
Mhm.
They would have like moments of dead silence, but I remember it made it better.
You can hear the puddles and walking.
Yes, like it
around,
was
so-
like this is eerie.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, she didn't really have to be Asian. The way if you look at some of the drawings, so it's like
Yeah, I
understand
just
people
didn't
got
like the
mad,
movie
but-
because of the flow.
Hmm?
And the fight between, because, you know, Ghost in the Shell gets to the ish.
Bro, they get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a game.
The movie, I was just like, it looks great. The visuals are dope. Do something, though.
He said do something. Else.
Besides, like, the crawly spider chicks. That
Now,
was
if
like,
I had my choice, what we would be getting is not even a live action anything. I want the full Akira story, the full story, because that movie is deep. But like people don't say that. Yeah, that's only half the story.
Yeah.
Apparently they made it before the manga was completed. That's only half the story.
Yeah.
So when you see the end, they drop to that city. Something's supposed to happen there.
Yeah. Okay. That.
I'll
When
never
I
forget
when I
that.
watched it in high school, a lot of people was like, "You don't have to watch that movie like 3 or 4 times to actually."
I watched
start
it as a
understanding."
kid, though.
As a kid, I had no idea what was happening.
Yeah.
I watched as a teenager. I was like, okay, get more of it. Watching an adult, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
like okay.
As a kid, the things I took
Three
away.
times you had to.
As a kid, I was just kind of like, you was watching like guns,
Right.
mutants.
When they were shooting the dudes with the smoke grenades in the beginning, I was like, oh, this is getting to it.
Right.
Then I was like, oh, there's boobs.
right.
I was like, oh, laser guns and motorcycles. No.
Explosions. This is pretty.
But I was like, Tetsuo, get your together. Dog. What's wrong with you?
Tetsuo.
But they was like, they did treat them bad though.
Bro, then the old kids, that was weird, bro. What y'all do to them kids? They old now. I was like, that's dirty, bro.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Bully biker.
I never understood what happened to the original Akira. Like he got killed and he was in cylinders. And,
I think he sacrificed himself, but
chopped him up, put him in the cylinders.
Yeah, they were experimenting, but kept his parts because he was the most powerful one.
But like he was like all the way there, but people thought I think they was gonna pull him out and just put him together like a jigsaw. But no, these are pieces of the person. He's gone.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Tetsu was supposed to be him reincarnated or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
A lot of animes do that. People get reincarnated, but then in the anime you're watching, there's no system of reincarnation. But then there is for that person. But that's whatever.
Any of y'all catch the GameCom?
I caught a little bit of it. Saw a couple games announced. Something I did find interesting for my Xbox fans out here. So apparently, Halo Infinite is supposed to come out on both the one and the next one. Halo Infinite. Me and a good friend of mine, Josh, I know Josh, we were talking about it, and it was like, Xbox, y'all can't keep going off of just like Halo, Gears, Forza, and sometimes Fable. So, things are happening.
I just know. I feel it. Feel it getting closer.
Something that's gonna happen.
Go ahead.
Not a camera. But anyway, it was like Xbox. Niggas to me, I'm more of a PlayStation fan, but I do like Xbox. But it was like Halo, Gears, Forza, sometimes Fable. It's like, and the thing that makes it sad is you go back to 360, they didn't always do this. Where it was like we're only going to focus on these few titles. I guess you can throw Ori in there. It's like a half price game. It's like Xbox. For you to have a new console launching, you should have more major launch titles announced.
I was gonna.
That's not. You talking about exclusive?
Like, don't talk about we got to do Assassin's Creed. Yeah, everyone does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we got to do Street Fighter. Everyone does.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't say that. Like
Sony was smart by getting companies early.
Early.
To make those exclusive games
Right.
because
exclusive.
when Xbox did it was 2018, they bought all those companies up, and I told somebody, I said, I respect the what you did. The problem is you should have done it 6 years ago.
Right.
So now you bought these companies like 2018, right?
Yeah.
It's 2020. Your new console's about to come out. There's no fruit of those labors yet.
They're really yanking a bunch of indie games too. That's what things like Cuphead and all that stuff.
Honestly,
now.
Xbox-
Finally it's supposed to be on both.
Yeah. One of my homies is playing it. Cuphead is on PlayStation now.
Yeah.
Because I know how hard it is, I'm good.
It looks.
Why do you
fine.
stray away from hard games?
Yeah, what's wrong with you, man?
No, okay, I'm gonna tell you what I mean by this. Because hard is one thing. I have no problem with a difficult game. The problem I have is when it's just simply not fun. Let me give you an example of that.
It looks fun.
Go back. This back in the day, I forgot if it was like the second Castlevania game for Nintendo. Somebody broke this down. That game it was a long title. Let me tell you, it was a long title. You go into the castle to do stuff. You had to do any kind of level up to get anything to make you better. You had to then go back to the main town at the beginning. Now remember, this is Nintendo. There was no quick track, and then go back into the castle. So in Dark Souls, you basically are giving me Devil May Cry and God of War bosses with solid snake movements. That's not fun to me. Like, do you really want to look at a dragon and go, I want to move like Solid Snake and roll a little bit? That's not even fun as a concept to me.
Speaking of
they
which,
made
they're-
money. I don't know.
Hey, good on. Other people like it. I just think it's retarded.
I think there's a grinding aspect.
They're Dark
to that, too.
Souling that Gotham Knights. So apparently, no matter how much you level up, like even if you're on the first boss, he levels up with you. So it's not just a walk.
Oh, you loves it with you.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
like I just sat there in the main town. I grounded to level 50. I'm about
For
to
which one?
dog walk everybody.
Nope. Which one?
Gotham Knights.
Okay.
Really? Because I saw in the trailer, some people said they didn't like it, the little numbers above their heads. And I'm like, no, I don't want bullet sponges. You know, it's not a shooting game. Like, I don't want that. It's supposed to be more of an action stealthy thing. I play Final Fantasy.
There's multiple ways you can play it. Like I said, it depends on the character. And everybody has their different style.
Okay.
I know they were showing Batgirl. She's more, Batman straightforward. But she also has that pull down to grab my hug grab.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. And Robin has some type of thing where he teleports now because he's with the Justice League Tower. Belt.
You can teleport.
Yeah, threw me off. I was like, who is this Flash and his
Flash
suit?
Robin? Robin Flash?
Yeah.
Robin Flash.
So that's their thing. So yeah.
The Flash Wonder. Said the Wonder.
We'll see what the price point is before I get it. Now, I was going to clown Xbox for Breaking Bad Halo because I was like, just let it go. But then PlayStation is doing Ratchet and
Yeah, another Ratchet hand.
I was like, are we still doing these two?
Apparently.
But I haven't seen
Crash
that game
Bandicoot,
since
man?
like PS2.
Right.
No, I think
No, they had one for PS3 or...
No, I think they kept going. I think even they gave some HD re-releases, but I don't play.
That's what I think
But see,
it
I
was
don't play
actually.
platformers like it, so I don't. Be fair.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, it was a cool game for them. Let it go. Play it. That's what you're gonna be for the 5 though. That's their big.
But then again, and I get hate on this. Halo saved the Xbox.
It did.
It did save the Xbox.
But
Seriously.
It was going to be
And
a failed
jokes
system.
aside, for Xbox, that is
And
actually
it
a
was
fun game.
It was a revolutionary game.
It was actually a fun game.
And it saved it, so it's kind of like all their stock. Just kind of like, let's just, since this is what the Xbox community likes, we're just gonna keep giving them more of that.
But of the games, the last Halo and the last Gears were both not as good as their predecessors.
No.
Because I played the last Gears. It was actually a fun game. You get to, spoiler alert, the ending, and it's like they're literally talking about going to somewhere to do something. And then there's like a battle in the city that destroys half the city, credits. But you tell me we were going somewhere.
COD has taken the first-person shooter thing for Xbox, so it filled that void for Halo and stuff. They tried to mix it in and have
Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
Advanced Warfare, yeah.
It's like Halo Duty. Come on, guys, the best of both worlds, and everybody's like, nah.
No, we play Halo for that. We play this for this.
Yeah.
But do y'all remember when PS3 and 360 first came out? There were like 100 first-person shooters. And what happened is it was almost like a gauntlet, and then at the end you had Battlefield, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, and then of Honor, For Honor. Like there was like 4 or 5 that made, but there was like a bunch. I remember there was one called like Conflict Evolved.
Gears was still kind
one
of
that had a
strong.
gravity gun. Like, there was a lot of different ones. They did not.
I feel like half of them is still Tom Clancy games.
Like,
Tom Clancy has as many books or as many games as he does
he
books,
really might, bro.
and it's just like
The best part is I barely play his stuff, but he's everywhere.
But he's the most regarded. They're like, oh, Rainbow Six. I'm like, I'm cool.
Rainbow Six is straight. I guess when they said the whole break-in, like
Yeah,
slide,
like you got to make your plan or it won't work. I'm like, I just want to shoot.
yeah, like it was one of the things where it's like it's fun, but I'd be better for you to put this as part of something else. This being the main thing wasn't enough for me, so I was good.
what was it?
Like the whole like breaking into the house to rescue or trying to protect the hostage and like kill.
Oh, I didn't like his original. It's like
Yeah.
you got to go in stealthy. If you make any noise, you fail. If you kill anybody, you fail. If you shoot anybody, it's kind of like.
Bro, yeah,
alright.
there's times you would shoot somebody and kill them, and it's like nope.
It's not that sensitive, Mike's. It's the wife trying to leave. Tiptoes, like, it's not this. You'll be all right. Just go.
But honestly, with Tom Clancy, I don't really play his stuff like that.
But these PS5 controllers, though.
They're closer to the
like it.
boomerang than people thought we were going to have back in PS3. They don't look that bad. It's just bright.
No, I'm not talking about even the design, the stuff they're doing with it, like the shocks and all the stuff. Like they're putting different sensors and stuff. To, like if you're playing the shooter game, it's supposed to be different for when you get a machine gun. You feel like metal clicking when you're reloading.
Really?
It's supposed to be crazy.
But you
how
can take
sensitive.
that, like, turn that haptic feedback off. Like, because on games now, it's kind of like, if you're trying to have a competitive advantage,
Mhm.
you don't want your controller slightly vibrating while you're shooting on a gun that they designed to have recoil with it either.
Mhm.
You know, so a lot of people just like, it's going to turn that off anyway. So it's kind of like, it's like, okay. I guess it's good if you want that experience, but a lot of people who are competitive, they're going to, first thing they're going to do is turn that off.
But if you want to, know what your dad went through in Nam, you're going to have all that.
So it's like, yeah.
Bro, sometimes
You gonna
when
put a bayonet at the end of that too?
sometimes with these war games,
When you take somebody's tags, you feel like you can feel it. Oh, I can feel it.
I can feel it.
oh god, is that a crying child he left at home? Oh, I don't want to hear that.
Was that the bone?
It's gonna have
Was that the bone?
like simulated blood dripping out of your hands.
Sometimes with these war games, I honestly be feeling like I'd rather you do make believe stuff
First of all,
because the real stuff I'm like this is sad because some of this really happened.
if your controller lactates from like blood spill or something, I'm like demons.
You playing? Oh, it's wet. It's red.
It goes with the VR. You got to put the VR on. It's like, oh
no.
my gosh!
I'm
It's like
I
this
need to
feels
take this
real
back
real.
because El Diablo is in here.
I don't want this. So you can just turn it off. Can I have one that's already broken?
Who's the dude in the factory filling up with like the fake blood and stuff?
He gonna feel this when he's playing all
Right.
the games. You play Mortal Kombat, this is gonna gush everywhere.
You be in Walmart, they got the refill
Spits,
packs.
spits broken bones at you. It's like, do a finisher move on it.
You know what? We've come to the conclusion. We don't want them to be that realistic.
A little bit.
We don't want that. We don't want that much realism.
You know how what was it?
You need to go to jail if you ordered that pack. He is a serial killer. Though.
You remember what was it, Ready Player One?
Yeah.
Where you get an upgraded suit,
Yeah,
like you feel it. It's kind of like
Sword Art Online,
I'm not playing fighting games or shooting games with this guy.
Dude, we're only playing like virtual chess.
Nah, when he got the upgrade pack in the van and he was on the treadmill, I was like, I'm not running. Really?
This is a video.
I'd rather have all the stamina and just go forward.
It's like, come on, man.
The
We're
problem
rushing. What are you
the
doing?
problem I
It's
have
like,
with that whole movie, and I know it's in the book, where it's like, so you telling me if I get killed once, I lose everything? Bro, do you understand? I probably wouldn't start the game. I put $100 into this mug, right? I probably got a little pea shooter. It means something to me. Back to a stick. Like, I don't, what?
You better transfer that to a real account in the real world. It's like,
You can't save. So they gonna let them battle royals if we get all those. I'm like,
and that's why everybody was poor.
Bro, yeah. Because the thing is, you could get rich in there.
Yeah.
Shit, I couldn't be me. Let me get 10 million in there. All right, I'm done forever.
But it's
Shut
like
it down.
you don't start good, so you got to take it. That's like, yeah, that's why everybody's poor, because you got to L your way up to being good, then try to get money.
That's one thing is like
I hated how it was 20 years into the future.
it was not that far. Bro.
It wasn't that far.
It wasn't that far.
And it looked worse than our current situation today. It was
junk pile, and people were living in junk piles.
And this one was it Cleveland or somewhere in Ohio?
Bro, shipping containers.
Yeah.
It was literal ship in a junkyard. And that was the regular name.
And it was,
right.
and it's still more technologically advanced than today, but it was kind of like,
yeah, those people had jobs and they were living there.
Oh, speaking of technology, I want to throw this out. Have you both watched Vampire? God bless. Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Your wife has.
Yeah, I know.
That's petty.
Yeah.
Griff, where's the technology in that show?
They had sofas.
No. Think about it very long and hard. They didn't even have flat screen TVs.
I don't think they were watching TVs. Right?
No, there was none. There were still phone booths.
No, but
There was like almost no computers. And mind you, the Vampire Academy, the first season, Umbrella Academy, is based in modern times.
No. If you look at season 1, doing the intros and girls on the red card, they get cameras.
Now watch it, episode, each scene, and really look. Like, it's not even flat screen TVs. It don't make sense.
Well, I think because they're mostly in his, house, and he didn't allow them. It was just
Right.
all training and stuff.
All I know is, bruh, it seemed like there was missing technology in it. And when you get a chance, just look at a few clips. You see what I'm talking about. Also, finish
The
season
girl was
2.
all about her music. She ain't had nothing in her apartment. Well, they were going to watch a movie or something, right?
See, I can't remember that part. I
Her
remember
fake boyfriend that was using her.
Speaking of which, so you finished season 2.
Yeah, I watched it all.
That little last clip at the very end that threw me off.
You read the comics?
Now I looked it up. I thought the next arc was supposed to be something about a prison.
The arcs are all over the place.
Oh, that's what. You know, I found out recently. That's how Baki is.
Yeah.
The first season of Baki is supposed to come second, if you watch the original anime.
But
Not
it makes
the
sure
OVA.
it makes sense for them to do that first so we can see them grow.
Yeah, because I think the next arc was supposed to be in the comics would be like some kind of villain prison arc or something like that.
Yeah, and we got that just now.
We talking about?
We already got the first prison. Now they're about to do the second prison when they come back.
Oh,
You watched the show on Netflix, right?
yeah, both seasons.
Yeah. So remember, they're all going to Japan. Those were the prisoners.
Wait, going to Japan?
They broke out of prison to go to Japan.
Oh, Baki,
Expand-
Baki,
yeah.
Baki. Sorry. I was going back to Umbrella Academy. Umbrella Academy, there's supposed to be some kind of villain prison. No, with Baki.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about.
No, with Baki, I remember because the first season with the youth supposed to come after the maximum tournament.
Yeah.
But I like the way they did it. The way they did it.
Yeah,
there.
so we can see them grow.
See him grow, and then the prisons broke out, and then we had the Chinese Kung Fu tournament.
And now it's part 2 of the prisoners because they revamped. They're coming back.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Watch
No.
the end of the
It's
show.
a separate prison arc where I think Baki goes to prison.
Yeah, actually goes to jail.
But before that happens, there's supposed to be the him and Yujiro fight. But if I'm not mistaken, he doesn't win, but he gives Yujiro apparently some good licks or something. But he doesn't win.
Juro spares them. They're big fighting until later.
And then so it's that. Then I think he goes to prison. We meet other. The separate prison arc is different because like Oliver.
It's like Unchained in his.
Yeah, Oliver. I think and Baki finally fight.
Yeah. Because he don't want him to fight Yujiro.
But hold on, then when are they gonna do Pickle?
That's
Is that
yeah, the caveman dude.
yeah. No, I read some of the panels and I was like,
That's during after the prison thing.
Pickle is a savage, bro. Spoilers.
He pretty much looks like Yujiro.
He looks like if
Just
Yujiro had an
linking-
ancestor. Yeah.
yeah.
Bro, there's a scene where you spoilers, where apparently Pickle fights the Kung Fu guy. I love the Kung Fu guy. Retsu.
Pickle.
Bro, you know he does to him, right?
Yeah.
Should I say it?
Nah.
Okay. It's bad. Watch Baki.
Rocky, Umbrella Academy.
Yes. I know you got kids. Listen, forget them kids.
Look at them kids.
Give them some Benadryl, lay them down, watch you some shows,
She watched it. You deserve, King.
and do things with your wife that are for adults.
You deserve you time, King.
No, watch you some good shows, and you and your wife have adult time.
Adult time.
That's lovely. I mean, I don't know what I can really say out here. I ain't trying to be too explicit.
Saying whatever we want when we want.
Side note, I wish we get like a quality Baki fighting game. That would be dope. I found out later in life, apparently in Japan only, there were 2 Baki fighting games.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Like PS2. They actually didn't look that great, to be honest.
No, they didn't.
They were like, if
You gotta appreciate the effort.
No, the effort would have been the PS2 Berserk game we never got. That mode looked beautiful. Did you ever see it?
Yeah.
Bro, when I heard about it, I came to Coast America. I said that 15 years ago.
I want them. I thought Netflix was gonna bring out because you know that series, not the movies, but that series they had.
Yeah. Yeah, because the guy who made Castlevania said, I want to make the Berserk series.
Yeah, but they did have that series before Castlevania came out.
Because the 3 movies they put on there.
Between arc after that's supposed to pick up, after the movie.
Yeah, the 2 seasons. It was 24 episodes total. Yeah, the 2 seasons that came out. I know they weren't the best received.
That's because of the art style.
Yeah,
also the story was cool.
That people were saying that they didn't like the way they made Guts almost too stoic, like a little bit too much. He does have some emotion, and they skipped a bunch of important arcs.
Yeah, they always all over the place.
I mean, you know they do.
But I was waiting for them to keep going with that.
Nah, it's just because it wasn't received as well. Like I said, I liked it, but I understood because as a guy who actually read it, the Berserk manga is it's called Berserk for a reason. It's kind of insane. Like if you've read it from the beginning to now, spoilers. Casca,
spoiling King.
I gotta say that because Casca, if you read it from the beginning, right?
I know where you're going, dog. It's just say it's bad. It's bad.
It's such a long period of time.
She goes through so much.
Berserk literally is like Dark One Piece. If you read it, it's like Dark One Piece. It's long and a lot of things happen. People get murked. Wait. Like I never say this. You don't hear me say so often. There's some things that sometimes you're like, is this too violent?
Yeah.
Because that movie has that series is those monsters are like some off the Lovecraftian stuff, and they look scary, and they'll just like they'll chew you with their eyes open and just look at you. Like I'd rather a Titan kill me than a Berserk monster. Cause they just go, you're dead, and then they swallow. That's it. They're done.
First episode.
But
You can tuck in and just get swallowed whole without.
But see, with the monsters in Berserk, they're also intelligent, so it'd be like they'll like torture you a little bit or tease you. Hey, what's up? You want to? Nah, it's like why? It's like because I can.
Yeah.
They're like because I can.
And then just get swallowing whole is better.
Well, see, the Titans I don't think had true stomach acid.
No, you just sit there.
So they puke you up. Yeah, because they don't have that. Just they puke you up.
Yeah.
You actually could survive a Titan eating you.
Yeah.
As long as you didn't get the bite.
If you kept your little blade in there, you could probably cut your way out.
Now, if they hit you with the bite, you just it's a wrap. You're gonna bleed out and die. If they don't bite you, you're right.
Yeah. All you gotta do is when they about to go, tuck in.
No.
Don't shoot. You got
What's that, Boondocks? He locked the door.
Get out here, come on.
No. What was it, Family Guy? Stop it. Stop it.
Okay.
Oh my God, we so random. It's called Rambles.
Oh, I was thinking about what you was talking about Netflix earlier. Since everybody's on the Avatar, The Last Airbender trend, a remake of that movie.
I think it could be done now, quality.
You mean the first movie? Because the other one is so...
This would kill me. Not even from the... Okay, I know people talk about things getting whitewashed. But this was a different level. Let me tell you what I mean by this.
You know.
You go to the Water Tribe, right? Literally, everybody's Asian except for the 2 kids. They help him. And it's like, you would have been better off just making the whole tribe white. Why would you make the entire tribe Asian and then those 2 somehow white? These are blood relatives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
they wasn't adopted.
You've been better off just washing all of them.
They pronounced the
that would have
name
been not even as bad because this is like didn't even make any sense genetically.
The fact that it wasn't like it was just a book and you couldn't.
Yeah, you can't tell. Yeah,
there was a whole series. All you gotta do is watch and like that's the name. That's how it sounds
how it
in
sounds.
English.
What did it say? Ong.
Yeah, instead of ang, they call it ong.
and they said it constantly.
I remember we was there.
We watched it
for somebody's birthday, and we warned him. He was like, "This movie was getting."
We heard it was terrible.
He was like, "Nah, I have to see it for myself."
And we went. It was so bad. And then the kid was like, no offense to the kid because he's a kid, but it's like that was not a good cast.
None of it.
And I felt bad because Slumdog Millionaire was Zuko, and I had hope for it. But then they watered down the Fire Tribe, and then they watered down Zuko.
I don't think his
everything
for what he gave, it wasn't. It wasn't bad.
They made him more morose. This is the problem.
Yeah.
Zuko was morose with ferocity. Like he was sad, but I'll fight you off top.
Right.
He was morose and like Eeyore. Like no,
it's more like a.
And Iroh wasn't even like rememberable in that movie.
I don't even remember Iroh being in the movie. I don't remember him being in the movie at all.
He was in there. He was in there.
You don't either. I don't remember at all.
He was not rememberable at all.
And then the Fire Tribe was, no, we have to have fire already ready. We can't just make it. That was stupid.
No.
This killed me.
The earthbending.
Then the earthbending, you had to do a 30-set martial art move.
Everybody.
Hold on.
For a rock.
Pebbles.
But
They moving boulders off a punch. I got to do a Kung Fu Master routine. Pebbles.
I feel like that whole time
Ouch.
they were doing that, I could just like whacked up. Like, all right, come on. All right, stop.
Like, stop it.
It's like,
What was that in Futurama? They tried to drink him. They thought it was water. Stop it. They can't drink me. Stop it. Oh, it was so terrible.
And I feel like, I don't know.
Like, who made it and then went like,
Night Shyamalan.
this is fine.
And like Shyamalan,
And he's not even a bad. No, okay. So when he did,
the ratio.
No, go to the beginning.
The ratio.
Because Sixth Sense was on point.
It's a long list. You don't want to do this.
Listen,
it's a long.
It's a few. Sixth Sense was on point.
The Mist.
Signs was not bad. Signs was not bad.
What?
It was not. I said not bad.
What?
It's not bad. Okay, how about this?
The aliens cussing each other out?
His little baby superhero universe is pretty good though.
What?
His baby superhero universe is pretty good though.
What is that? Oh, you're talking about the Brightburn and all this stuff.
No. Glass.
That's not even his.
M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah.
That's 3.
It's Glass.
4.
Hold on.
It's Glass, Split, and
the first one.
Unbreakable.
Yeah, like those are decent.
Yeah,
And
those are good.
I was about to say Breaking Bad. Sixth Sense. Signs was decent. That's only 5 movies.
Which would you rather have those movies or a good Avatar: The Last Airbender?
All right, let's break this down real quick. You already said those 3. Sixth Sense was good. Signs.
I said it was decent. I didn't say it was great.
When's the last time you seen that?
Listen, it might have been a minute.
All right, you gotta watch it.
The Mist.
How about this? He's better now. His little superhero thing.
The Visit. I don't even remember
I
The
don't know what that
Visit.
is. The Happening was garbage water.
The Happening.
The trees were giving out pheromones.
The Village. First of all, these.
Hold on. Let me tell you what makes the Village messed up. If you were to watch The Village until a certain point, if you pause the movie, you would do this. You would go, what's everybody talking about? This movie's dope. If you watch to a certain point, then you let it finish. You're like, why would you do this?
If you watch the Airbud to the first 2
The
minutes,
Mist.
it's dope.
The Mist is the same way.
The Mist wasn't terrible.
The ending ruined the whole movie.
And that same thing happened with The Village. So
Village and the
You
Mist.
let your
Mist.
kid and your wife.
What Mist? That's Stephen King's joint, right?
Wide Awake.
I don't know it well.
No,
Lady in the Water.
I've heard about that one, but I don't remember what that was.
He did
about.
Stuart Little. I don't know.
M. Night Shyamalan did Stuart Little.
Devil. I didn't mind.
I think me and you watched it. No, it wasn't bad.
Playing with Anger.
No idea what that is.
It might be his misses
The
or
Bare
out
Secrets.
like
That's what it is.
overshadowing his.
She's
Hold
all
on.
that.
Hold on, is he the one that did the Jaden Will movie? Was that his movie?
The shark is still working, huh?
Was that his movie? Jaden Will movie?
After Earth. Yep.
That movie. Okay, this is the problem. I've always wanted to say this to other nerds. If you ever get a chance to watch After Earth,
I didn't mind it.
no, this is the problem with After Earth. It's not even a bad movie, but this is the problem. You made them. It's like this. If this the movie, if this timeline of the world they're in, they made the movie here. You should have made this movie. Will Smith discovering how to ghost and kill with no emotion. That should have been the movie.
Yeah, his whole arc.
That should have been the movie. Because when he flashed back, he was just walking with like those like dead eyes and just and cut the dude. I was like, oh, that was hot. But then you never see it.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Once they figured out, don't be afraid of these is their weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And kids like you had a whole family like so there was a generation that came after that.
Yeah.
They should have wiped them. They should have figured. All you gotta do is not be scared. They can't hurt you.
They smell
if you're
fear.
not scared.
Ghosting. And they called it ghosting, which was so hard. and Will Smith was murking him, and then all of a sudden, so you get a flashback of this legendary war hero. Now he's like, I'm in the ship hurt, dragging you down. I'm like, wait, did you just show me the universe's hero, and then made it not about him at all?
That's cool.
It was
It's
like,
supposed to have been a coming of age. That'd been cool for part 2.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I wanted that part, but see, that's not the first time I've
But then
seen that.
people
But
would
they
criticize
kinda do,
it.
like-
They would have been used to the first part, and it was kind of like, well, I
Second
don't want
one
to
would've
see.
been
I don't want to
No,
see.
no, but no, not if you
Not
transition.
really,
It depends how you transition it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because think about it, he gets to Earth, right? Ghosting does nothing because they go off of just smelling and seeing you.
Right.
So if anything, you could have made it even more like.
There's actual real animals.
So his
like
ghosting would be
birds.
useless. His
So you're
ghosting would be
saying-
useless.
So you're saying After Earth should have been the part 2, and that should have been part 1, and then given the events of
Should have
like,
been Earth, then After Earth.
then
Earth,
after
then
Earth.
after.
Right.
Because that
But,
whole ghosting backstory, I was like, dude, this is better.
but do you
than...
think people would have liked that transition from everything you described as that for part 1,
okay.
and then going to that as part 2?
Okay,
Then you
how
think
about-
a lot of people would have like.
No, this thing because me and
wanna
him are
see Will
discussing
Smith
After Earth, we both can agree it wasn't a masterpiece, right?
Actually, it could have started with the story of him like seeing his sister and them die.
oh,
Like he ends his war, and then it's like 2. It starts. He's got a family now, but his son and stuff seeing his kids die.
what I'm saying is don't flash back to something. It's like this.
Yeah, all the flashbacks were more interesting.
Imagine this. Imagine you're watching a story based on Earth and peacetime during Dragon Ball era. But you never watched the Red Dragon Ball, and someone's flashing back to Super Saiyan battles, and then the rest of the fight is about regular people fighting regular people. You'd be like, wait, I want to see those godlike beings killing each other.
Yeah.
Like, don't show me him ghosting and killing with no heart, no emotion, and Jaden was running around the woods.
Why was that a thing for movies? Like all past and future movies, they always had to have like British fake accents. Why was Old English like the only thing that survived?
I don't know.
Because the audience.
I don't know, man. People think English people sound smart.
We're not British. British ain't the biggest market in the world.
No, I'm saying I was like,
That is true. They're actually not. Yeah, that's
sometimes like some movies get ported from Europe, and it's kind of like.
But see,
But it was Star Wars.
that's like me. I played the Xenoblade games on Switch, and like they be having British and Irish and Scottish accents. I'm like, ain't this Japanese, man?
They love European.
They're catering to that market.
You know, like, you love my sound.
They
And
do.
you drink my tea.
Think about like Castlevania and all that stuff. Like some of the animes, like they always got some European student that
Berserk.
comes
Oh
into
my
school.
God, yeah.
And the black people just like very stereotypical. Like
Dude.
They're
like,
getting better with that.
Recently, yeah.
But like, there was a time. Now, I will say this, and I need people to understand this. I understand why you would think this. Mr. Popo is
I knew
not
you were
a
gonna say
human.
Popo.
He's not a human. He's a
a
djinn.
djinn.
I understand. No, look, I understand why people think that.
But
He's not actually supposed to be a human.
But
He's a
Big
djinn.
lips.
Matter of fact, that's why if you look at him, he's in all generations of Dragon Ball and don't
But-
age. He's not a human.
yeah, but
Oh,
those
but-
characteristics of that Jin.
Dude,
But
look
they're like, oh, Jin, Indian, but they are black Indians.
Listen, I understand how it can look. I understand how it looks. But he's not one of
That's
them.
old Looney Tunes Disney
I understand
characteristics.
that. I understand that. And also, issue I have with it too is like, sometimes people will point out something. Hey man, this thing made 40 years ago is prejudice, and we'd be like, we know it was made 40 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like you ever see that? You'll be like, I know, it was.
Oh,
And then
you
look, you
mean-
see the show in the future. It's like, oh, see how they stopped? Because they knew and they learned.
But yeah, stuff like that. It's like,
They're
oh, you mean
racist.
that time when they had signs talking about you couldn't go in? Oh, it's crazy. They did
It's
that.
crazy. They did it.
Oh, it's crazy that the shows reflect.
Let's cancel the 1940s.
They're over. They can never come back.
They had a Manny and Tom and Jerry during the 50s.
What? That's so offensive. I'm like, yeah, that's why it's from
Actually,
going from-
Amazon Prime, like you can watch all the old
I-
Disney, and then they put as a
disclaimer.
disclaimer. It's like, hey,
Dumbo on Disney Plus has a disclaimer because it has like, I will weep as I will do
Yeah.
the crows.
Just throw it away. Dumbo wasn't that great. People
Can I be honest, bro? Dumbo is. I'd rather watch Operation Dumbo Drop than the actual Dumbo.
Dumbo Drop was dope.
That was a horror movie, bro. That's a Dumbo. I'm a
Danny
big
Glover.
kid.
First of all, Danny Glover's always about to retire in every movie.
He's always too old for this. He was 25 years old. I'm too old for this.
Since I was alive, he's always about to be retired. Color Purple, he's just old.
No, he was old from the beginning. How he raised all them kids? You was already 55.
Color Purple, all the lethal weapons.
Bruh.
Predator, he was about to retire.
Bruh.
he's as old as Mel Gibson, isn't he? I mean, he's probably older a little bit, but
That might be.
That's just a good point. Yeah, look at that. That might be a good point.
Mel Gibson is still in work. He's still. What was his last big thing? Expendables.
No,
was he in that? Was he one of the sequels?
He was, but there was something came out where he was like trying to save his daughter from a Mexican cartel or something. It was called something. Danny Glover he's only 74.
Who's only 74?
Danny Glover.
Man.
So I don't think.
So in the 90s, he was. Wait, so.
But they was partners. I don't know.
So he was in his 50s.
Mel Gibson is 64, so he's 10 years younger.
Oh, 10 years younger. Hold on. So from 74 now. So in 2000, he'd have been 54? In 2000? Right?
Yeah.
So he was in his 40s in the 90s.
That was Lethal Weapon 3.
So he's in his 40s in the 90s.
Why do I keep thinking he used to be in the Heat of the Night? I don't know why.
Is that Sidney Poitier?
No, that was Blair Underwood right there? No.
Wait,
that's
a whole other person too.
Yeah,
we black. We sound real racist right now.
It's only because we used to watch it when your grandma was having.
I know.
Yeah, that's what I was
Every time she was like, "Sit down, watch TV." He doesn't know. Watching Perry Mason, all the old stuff. You like,
when I tell you, I started watching. What was that?
She's
show?
like, "What you want to do a puzzle?" No. It's only 3 here.
I got some butterscotch.
Well, Heat in the Night about to come. And Murder She Wrote.
Oh my
Murder, She
God.
Wrote.
I used to watch Dick Van Dyke. Just because
Yeah.
Because Nick at Night, because Nickelodeon cartoons would go off. And Nick
Howard Rollins.
Howard Rollins.
Couldn't tell you
Did
that.
look like-
Could not tell you who that is.
Carl Weathers was in there too.
Carl what? Creed? The first Creed.
He was the chief. Chief Hamilton.
First Creed. Creed 1. Creed Senior. Hey,
He said Carl.
Creed.
Grip. When he said, "I then baby Creed." I know he wilded out in that scene.
Yeah.
It was like, first it was Creed, Lil Creed, baby Creed. He was like, "All right, bro, you can just call me by first name." Like,
But he was just giving out. He's like, just gave the Ivan Creed, But hood dudes be disrespectful. I be trying to be disrespectful.
I know. Like it be cats having real love for you. Hey, what's up, Lil? Like, you ain't to say that.
Especially if
so
like
hard.
your daddy or somebody, they know somebody older than you.
Yeah, they know your daddy
It could be
older.
your big brother or something. It's like, Lil Thompson.
Yeah. Bruh, I'm taller than my father. I outweigh him by easily 80 pounds. And I'll go to the South in Arkansas. His nickname growing up was Ricky. Oh, you love Ricky? I'm like, I'm half a person bigger than him. And I'm little Ricky.
Yeah.
I'm 34 and I'm little Ricky, bro.
Cheers,
See, I would tell people if
So that's why I tell people, it's like, I'd be like calling myself Big Lee. He'd be like, "No, I'm Big Lee." I'd be like, no, you Big Ricky. I'm Big Lee.
so when you have a son and he's bigger than you, he's still gonna be little Alexander. So
Yeah.
that's that way.
Little.
No, just little. No. When it's your son, it's just only one. It's one little.
One little.
Now my name.
Is that when they throw the baby on? He'd be Baby Lee.
Oh, he'll be baby. Yeah, he'll be baby Lee.
You're little. He's baby.
Big Lee, Little Lee, Baby Lee. Like Little Joker, Baby Joker.
Little Joker, baby Joker.
He did nothing to you.
Bruh, the dog literally attacked him. He said, "He did nothing to you.
Leave him alone.
You saw him try to bite me."
It's an animal cruelty.
Bruh, it's like somebody steal you just hard as they can in your mouth. You hit him back. "Hey, they did nothing to you. You saw him hit me. I ain't bleeding."
You know better. Sorry.
People love to defend people that like they have love for. I gotta defend this person. You know your person's in the wrong, right? But I love them. It's like, all right, now your bubble get messed up, but go ahead. Anyway, we got anything else on the docket, gentlemen?
No. Nava, what you got going on with you, sir?
Nothing much. School. I am trying to be an actor, but this year was going to be my year to try and pursue more into that. And then COVID. COVID canceled a lot of stuff, but just using this as an opportunity to try and practice and get better, figure out what I want to do and how to pursue it. So I'll take
One time for my guy.
Right.
I'll take this yearly pause
Right.
to reflect on
That's you trying to break in.
how to best navigate.
You did just get a whole degree.
I did.
You did.
And you're just like, things aren't going my way. 2020.
It's not.
I know.
Oh my God.
Whole degree. Probably making good money his job. I'm not gonna get into right now.
Hey.
Cause I'm man.
You know, hey, y'all making good money.
No, y'all making good money. I'm alive. Y'all making great money.
Well, if people have opportunities, they got a way to reach you.
Yeah, exactly. You can reach me on my social media, Nava Moore on Instagram, and that's pretty much the same as on Twitter as well. So.
Yeah, that's what's up. Now, interesting enough, I didn't tell nobody this yet. I did my first. I assisted last Saturday. I was going to a place where they were doing like musical bingo. I was going with some of our friends. Shout out to them. Shout out to Mac. Shout out to Kush. And Brian. And Bob. But anyway, we was going there eating. Went a couple weeks in a row. Me and the guy who does DJing, him and his assistant, got kind of cool. He said to me, he goes, "Hey man, you seem like you know a lot about music, and you seem like you have a lot of personality. You want to help me be one of my wedding DJs?" He wants a DJing business, so he asked me to help him do wedding DJ, to do DJing at weddings.
Right.
And I did my first assistant, because obviously I don't know nothing about it yet, last Saturday, and it was actually a lot of fun.
You like it? Think about doing that as a
I don't know about full time yet.
do it as a side.
He's supposed to hit me up with more dates where I can assist. I think he said by early next year was going to do my own wedding, but it was actually a lot of fun. So apparently I might become a wedding DJ.
Pretty good.
I can't believe you just made this all about you.
You guys know what he was?
He's the guest. Wow.
Oh, I figured you come about what's new in your life.
No,
Well, not go to you next.
not at all. It's not. No. Wow.
Lee the Poet, Instagram.
Wow.
Lee Poet 85. Lee
Wow.
the Poet 1985 on Instagram and Twitter.
Wow.
Lee the Poet just by itself on all gaming consoles. Except PCs, I can't afford it.
You can afford it.
Can't afford PC.
You can afford it.
I can afford the games. I can't afford them $2,000 rigs.
It ain't $2,000.
If I want to use the same PC with no changes for the next 5-6 years, like I do consoles, yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
No, man.
How much for a PC that will last for 5 or 6 years with no trading out of any kind?
No trade.
No switch outs. And
I got Black Friday for like
they
$600.
can play all games
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna test that. Because one reason I stopped PC gaming.
What?
No, I'm not being.
Two people have degrees in this stuff.
No. That's what I'm getting at. I PC gamed as a kid, and I remember you got to the point where you have a PC that has.
As a
Those,
kid,
those days are long gone.
But you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah,
That's why I
the
stopped.
Graphic cards,
because you had to buy like a graphic card that costs more than a computer to then play games for the next like calendar year.
Yeah.
Then do it again in the next 2 years. And I was like, okay, I don't have $1,000 to put into my $500 computer every year.
So here's what happened. Here's why things got expensive was because of the whole cryptocurrency, and the most important component for like good quality graphics was the graphics card. But those shot up in prices because everybody was buying those up to do the cryptocurrency and stuff. But now that trend is probably dying down, the graphics cards are actually coming down. But
That's why I stopped. Like when I was younger, college was my last time I actually. Cause I remember I was playing Oblivion. No. I was playing Morrowind and a couple other games, and then it was like I think I bought KOTOR.
yeah.
Right, and it was like nope, and I was like graphics card, Google. Nope, I ain't buying that no time soon.
Yeah,
And that was like 2004, 5. I just stopped at that
those
point.
later 2000s, early 2010 stuff was crazy. The graphic cards, the GF380s, and all this stuff.
Cause that's why I stopped. I was like,
And they were coming out like every few months.
that's what I'm saying. Like they were so often. I was like, I can't afford the PC game. Meanwhile, at the time, you could buy a PS2, Xbox, and a GameCube, a game each, memory card each, controller each, and still spend less than a single PC rig that's going to last me 5 years. It was like,
And that's not even a cooling system.
that's what I'm saying. Like it was like it was like, bruh, I will go get a car and a house.
I feel like some people just have a hobby and they like having the best processor, the best graphics, and all that stuff just to see how far they can push it. But they're not really probably doing anything like any extreme gaming. So, and also now with these next gen consoles are supposedly supposed to be on par with PC gaming just because
Which
the
consoles always
hardware.
been behind. Consoles always been behind.
Yeah, but a lot of people it's kind of like you look at the frame rates, and then you look at all the money. It's just kind of like
Right.
the trade-off for price versus performance. It's kind of like it just makes more sense.
And the thing
to get a
about
console
PC
than
world,
PC.
everybody's not. Consoles make everything level.
Yeah.
Everybody has the same system. Everybody's playing the same rates.
Yeah.
So,
Kind of, it's more even.
granted, if your internet is super trash, you should be fine playing online with everybody else. PC, some dude can have like 4K plus, and somebody can be like, well, 720.
I'm still marking. I still mark you.
Yeah. And then a lot of people was like, if you do 4K, it's kind of like you gotta sacrifice freaking frame rates.
Yeah, especially if you don't have the right screen or anything.
And also for me, somebody this one time on a different nerd group. It was like, and I remember I was trolling a little bit. They said the games are better here. We have more games and we have more games. Well, the problem with the more games was you have more games that I don't care about. So I specifically started listing out a bunch of Switch games, a couple PS4 exclusives that have not been put on PC. Like I think I put like a bunch. And these are all like 8, 9 out of 10 rated games. So I was like, I just listed 10 award-winning, million-selling games you cannot play. and you spend more money in your rig than I
We
did.
can in 2 years.
Right?
When they late release.
Like I'm playing like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and it's like, bro, this game is so much fun on Switch. It does not exist on PC.
Wasn't it like Grand Theft Auto you could play on PlayStation, but then it was like it came later on PC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
took
kinda
a
like-
while.
While it was a minute.
It was a lot of games. Like
I thought it was funny. It's like they probably made that game on a computer.
Look, I'll tell you this.
and
if you
couldn't
have a
play it on
PC
that computer. It was like, all
If
right.
you have a PC, right, and you don't care about any current games, it'd be perfect. But if you're talking about you want to play like I think it took a while for Nier Automata to get on there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think none of them Switch games is on there. I think Octopath Traveler just got there.
It's
Yeah.
funny because a lot of the PC games don't even utilize all that graphics.
They-
that they use. A lot of them
they
is
don't.
simply games.
Do you know how many times they get those ports?
Strategy games.
They port the console and it'll be a dope pixel game, but it'll just be a pixel game.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing games that have like great PS3 360 games, and I'll be like, oh, we want on PC. I'll be like, why? I could have played you last gen.
Well, crossplay is what's
Cosplay is dope.
depends.
I mean,
Depends on what
the
you-
ability to do it.
Yeah, the ability to do it. That's
I play
what's
a lot of one-player games. So I don't be caring. I love it. Know what I love doing? Playing a game, and I save it, get busy, come back 3 days later. Look, everyone's not 20 levels above me. I like this. I like that when that doesn't happen.
Well, they cut all that out. It's kind of like now a lot of the stuff like for competitive play is just cosmetic. It doesn't give you an advantage.
What game was it? There was a big outcry. Y'all might know this. I don't know if you remember this or not. There was a game that did some rebalancing to where a lot of the veterans of this, I think it was a shooter, you couldn't try to get into lobbies with low-level players anymore. They balanced the lobbies out.
I think it's
And I remember a lot of the high people who got there by killing a bunch of low-level players. They're like, no, Stephanie, we don't like it. It's like, nah, some of your own side, man. You can't beat up on the little buddies. The little people just get into the game. I got it today at Merch. It's like,
what was it?
I forgot what game it was though.
Apex before we stopped playing, they did that whole tier system. It was kind of like if you win, or based on your performance, you get points,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you get certain enough points, you moved into a different tier,
Yeah.
and then you was playing with those people in those tiers.
Okay.
So the highest tier was like the Apex tier, obviously Apex.
Right, the
Predator or
Apex
whatever.
at the top here.
So it's kind of like, all right, you get the Apex tier, but it's like if you lost, if you didn't win, basically, if you didn't win, because you know it's a battle royal, you would drop, your rankings would drop.
Oh,
So
wow.
basically, you have to keep winning. So
Could you not?
What if you sneezed?
it's like,
So could you not?
I don't know.
Could you not Street Fighter Mortal Kombat, which I think they have a thing against that now? Last few seconds, log off.
nah.
No, they started penalizing for that
Yeah.
too.
I think they said I forgot which game it was. Might have been Street Fighter a couple years ago. The top, like he was in the top 10, I think.
Yeah.
And when they rebalanced for the people who quit, that he dropped because it was like, nah, you do that quit stuff. Because when I play Street Fighter online,
Yeah.
like I used to, I was like, Hadouken! That last hit, all of a sudden,
hurry up, pull
Lag.
the gun.
player has left. I'm like,
And you used to get no credit and all that stuff.
Bro, I'd be
That
like-
pissed me off. But no, they fixed that a long time ago
okay,
Yeah, now
because
it's
they used to
like
start penalizing all that stuff.
every loss is basically penalty against you. So
good. Because my thing is, it was like, if you're not, because then Street Fighter had unranked matches. Look, if you too scared, just go to unranked matches. You know what I'm saying? Build your
Yeah, practice up.
practice up, then come in here with the real ones.
But you know, there's kids. You can't stop kids from.
No, some of them was not kids, bro. They was
Oh well,
petty.
rage fight.
I should win, dude.
No, remember 2K? We used to be on there, dudes playing. You about to beat them. First of all, they be talking smack the whole thing over the audio on the chat. Oh, you trash. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna kill you.
you talking about
Oh,
this
you just gonna keep shooting threes? You just gonna keep shooting threes? Huh? You gonna bang on me? I mean, it was green. The line was green. It's like all of a sudden it ain't even halftime. Oh, you quit.
Oh, you would pick the Warriors. Oh, you could pass.
Look, this will kill. This
Like,
give me
hey,
that.
it's an option.
People did in shooting games. You gonna pick the most powerful gun? Yes. Yes.
I'm trying to win.
I could beat you with anybody. I could beat you. Lakers.
Like,
Look, but then if it's the games where let you choose the years, Lakers would come in and shit. Like, nah, nigga.
Oh yeah, when they started letting the legendary.
Remember that?
Trash.
I remember back in the day playing on live with some buddies and being like, let me get this specific team.
On the low, live might be getting better than 2K again.
I feel like I heard that same thing actually.
I played it. Dave downloaded it the other year, and first he was just showing me the WNBA. First of all, they're besides not dunking, their moves are more fluid. I was like, I kind of want to play somebody online with the girls team.
I know, right? Yeah, I want to play right.
But nah, the NBA Live, it's way smoother.
Because at first they said Live,
2K.
Live was king for the longest. Then it was trash.
Around 04.
Then it got.
They try to add extra buttons like the Euro step button. It was like a specific button for too much stuff. Because at first they were the first ones to do like the dribble stick. So you can be like, hi, and dudes would just do this all day. I'm killing them.
I'm killing them.
They added that loose ball.
Yeah.
You're like, you pick somebody with low ball.
Yeah,
and
long
you turn
turn
it
trying
over.
to get
You're
Shaq. He's like, I'm about to, and
Hey,
they do the
listen.
shutter step and lose the ball.
I wanted to say something, and I'm not doubting your skills. Should we check to make sure that's still running?
It's still going.
No, the camera.
It's continuous. It's
Okay.
a camcorder.
Sorry, because remember the one we had before. I just we leveled up.
That's why I specific. First of all, you making me do edit work right now. That's how trash you is.
No, leave it there. Leave it there. leave all of it there.
That's why I specifically told you earlier they have a 30-minute limit. This doesn't. It's continuous.
Okay. I was like, no, leave it there.
The 2K came out.
Remember when 2K was $20? Remember that?
It was the cheap one because Live was high. And remember it had Iverson on it. Everyone's like, "What's 2K?" Now the NBA was, and it was okay. It was more about graphics than gameplay. But the football, 2K was hard.
But what happened was then Madden got that exclusive contract. They paid
Right.
that bread, and it was like, all right, never mind. And then that was
But I think a lot of people like college.
College hoops and was hard.
College-
than-
college-
No, in college football.
For the sake of the athletes,
Because
I'm
like-
Then
glad.
they kept losing the argument. It's like you got to pay because of license. You know, you can't use the license.
This would kill me. We won't put names on the jerseys. One of the years Alabama won a championship, and I see the quarterback on the cover. I know who that
They're
is.
still on the cover. Yeah, the whole face.
It's like I know
And
who
their
you are.
stats are on there.
But this is how they used to play you. Because back in college hoops, I always pick you up or whatever. And I remember it was like Reese games or something, but they would just purposely just try to change their color tone
Yeah.
and add like a little sense like he doesn't wear an armband here. That's not him. It's still 22.
Like I know who it is.
And made them dark skinned.
And yeah, all the numbers match.
Yeah,
I know the quarterback's number
Right.
for my favorite team. Like I know that's him.
Or the football. And they had the recruits. Because it's like, whatever the next
Yeah, they
season
still had
was.
this high school and
You
the
still had the
stars.
high
It
school.
was all
Yeah.
matching.
So,
on.
so they were still high school
Right.
players and
Then
put
they
their
used,
stats
they,
on
used,
there.
they used to invert names. Okay, do you what's the thing Kentucky has?
They still had to run that R
the Kentucky
games.
thing that has before the season starts. What's that? Big Blue
Uh,
Madness.
Yeah.
I remember. I forgot which basketball game it was. Where like for whatever reason they only let you choose like a list of like 6 colleges.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one of them was U of L one year, and it was like Big Red Madness. I was like, wait. Like so when you got to make your player and like had the intro before the season started, it was like I think like Big Red Madness. I was like, did you just take their rivals and put the name to them?
The Carolina
But
Crazy.
let's not even talk about like 2K added that thing where you can be in college, then you get drafted.
I remember that. Yes.
And I downloaded it, and you were able
That's
to pick
what-
the real schools.
It
And
was
they
on
had
like a
coach-
list of like 5 or 6. I mean, that's
You
what
play
it was.
like 4 games or something, then you go and bounce like.
and determines your draft pick too. I think,
Yeah, that's how you're gonna act like they're playing because you still had the numbers and stuff. I was like, y'all doing it again? Y'all not gonna?
That's why I had some because players are realizing y'all make a lot of money out of it. They just now was it? I think not this year, but next year you can be in college and sign things and sell your likeness to make money.
So California passed it.
Yeah.
I
I think-
think UCLA or whatever. So, but I think it's still they got a 3-year thing to figure.
Yeah, it was
out.
a couple. It's not.
But
it's not.
It's approved. Whatever.
My,
so
the problem.
they
The
just
problem.
gotta-
What it is
No,
this.
that's smart on California's because basketball,
Mhm.
nobody's going to the West Coast like that.
They're not.
Which is
Coast-
why it would be a good incentive.
But
Jokes
as long
aside,
as it
for
gets passed, they set the president so other people can argue.
no,
Yeah.
the thing is, jokes aside, when it comes to sports in college, I'm not trying to be mean. I can literally cut the entire West Coast out of college sports and still pick the champion. Probably actually pick the champion. Like Oregon went that one time to football against like Auburn. And it was like, it's like Oregon. I know you're fast. I know you throw a lot, but these big farm boys, you're not gonna be able to just run through them. It's not gonna work for
That's
you.
the problem with like the Pac-10 and some divisions because like y'all playing each other.
Yeah.
like, y'all not strong like that. No
They
more.
not.
Like USC had that run where they absolutely like, all right, you're a dope
Do you remember the year
But the
USC came off of punishment? I
Yeah.
think I was working at the college, one college at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember they came off punishment and they gave him a number 1 rank. I said, "Do you just get a number 1 ranking coming off suspension?"
All those players are gone.
And I remember that season ending. It was like, "Bruh, are y'all even ranked?"
No.
It was like, why did you? Because they do it every year at Notre Dame. Notre Dame has had 6, 7-win seasons. Next season starts, they rank 3 in the country. I'd be like, but you ended with like.
Don't really play. First of all, you're not even in a real division because somehow you
Notre Dame needs to just
made your own rules and everybody's accepted, and then you pick the teams, but you're not even picking the top teams.
Oh no, I love this one. Then they somehow, you know how the rivals, some rivals they don't play every year. They play every other year. They have this weird, and they're good at it. They'll pick a rival, like they'll play USC. It's been down the last like 8 years.
Right.
That's who they'll play that year.
Right.
Michigan before Auburn type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
Purdue ain't been good at football in years. Like Miami ain't been what they used to be. Like all their rivals are not even great no more. But they'll be like, you beat a big name. You didn't beat a good team.
They're not even their real rivals. They just,
Because Notre Dame has 8 rivals. Who gets to have that many rivals? No one. Who else has that many rivals?
Well, they're trying to create a rival with all the blue bloods, with Kentucky and Duke and all that. And
We don't
basketball.
respect them enough. See, football they can do that because Miami's not what they used to be. USC's not. Purdue's not. Michigan is on the cusp. Navy hasn't been long. So all these rivals we're mentioning, they're not in championship contention. They might get ranked, but they're not there. So Notre Dame is like, see, we beat these big name teams.
It's just really like Ole Miss, Alabama. As far as football, it'd be like
Yeah,
Ole Miss,
go.
Those
Yeah.
are rivalries.
Yeah.
But
Even though, well, no, but they're not their main rivals.
no, not no.
Notre Dame has like 1,000 people that they rival with. It doesn't make sense. They could literally have a whole season against rivals.
Duke basketball. Every team they face is their rival.
Everyone hates Duke.
Everybody.
Bruh, listen.
But football or basketball is the same thing as far as rankings. They go off who had the best recruiting class,
Yep.
and then they do the. Is what I was
But that
like,
makes more sense than at least with Notre Dame in football. It'd be like, you
I
were
don't know if it
terrible
does.
and you ain't bringing a bunch of
Because-
other.
I don't
you know,
know if it does because it's kind of like
experience, like if y'all been going to the tournament, the seniors actually getting better.
They make a difference.
Yeah.
no, that's what I'm saying. But based
usually
off
top
the high
recruiting
school
classes, at
recruits,
least-
Right.
Yeah, but at least top
Because you don't know how they different.
no,
But top recruiting classes in basketball now, not before now, at least correlate to you'll probably make the tournament if you're top recruiting class.
It's better chance because it's only 5 dudes you need.
Exactly, yeah.
yeah, but
Football.
you shouldn't be like top 10.
Okay,
Just because
I
you
would
got
give
the
you that,
number
but
one.
if I have top recruiting class and I ended, Sweet 16, that's different than like top recruiting class and I ended last in the nation.
Now, if you got top recruiting class like 4 years in a row, it's like, and the other dudes are growing up. If they didn't leave, it's like, all right.
Because some of these guys who are seniors were part of the top recruiting class of previous years. Why is our team now lower just because another team has a better recruiting class than them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I know.
Because NCAA is a sham, and nobody else is
Bruh.
scared.
I'll say it right now. UNC should have more than one championship removed, but
They won't. They like them.
I know.
That's why Duke. I'll tell you about. I'll say this. I'm blue in the face. Duke had a player that dropped $32,000 on cash his senior year. He was a basketball player.
Oh, we dry snitching now.
Listen. Let me tell you what happened. It's a long time ago, like 2012, 2011, something like that. I think they asked Coach K. He's like, They asked the guy, I'm not in school no more, and then it just went away.
That's what you're supposed
Bro,
to
he
do.
spent. It wasn't like 32,000 like on mommy's credit card. It was like 32 cash, and I don't think he came from no money like that. Who do you know has 32,000 cash?
I don't know nobody.
The FBI, they got into
Right.
to Louisville's Adidas deal.
That was a big grimy because I felt like Louisville got trouble. I'm like, weren't there like 8 other schools listed?
Yeah, they ain't talk about those. Other coaches got.
Right? Like, it was like, bro,
And one of the Carolinas was down there.
no, this is. I've said it before. Even if okay,
They
let's
were, no?
at the very least, can y'all not lie?
Talking about,
Be
North
at least
Carolina.
make the illusion you're going to be even with it. Like make the
No.
illusion.
No.
Like they don't even try to hide it. What was that year? The one dude who played for UCLA. I think his name was like Shabazz or Muhammad, something like that.
Probably both.
He was
Muhammad
gonna he was gonna lose his whole season. They're gonna make you sit out, right? Come to find out, the only reason he didn't, there were these 2 players from I want to say I think it was Indiana or another player. Somewhere it was a big blue blood school.
Yeah.
They were in the same type of trouble. They went, 6-game suspension. So because they messed up, they had to go, okay, Shabazz, you can play now. I'm like, why is there a precedent for the level of infraction to be the level of punishment?
Yeah.
It's not really. They kind of do shit on the fly whenever they feel. Because there's a lot of times they'll give somebody a punishment. They'll be like, oh, I should get the... Nah. There was a dude in Alabama who was a lineman, and he had an injury in high school. And, doing his rehab, to fix his money, he had a tear or something. The treatment is steroids.
A lot of treatments are terrible.
Yeah.
To fix your body.
Yeah. So they injected and missed a muscle and hit like a fat pocket. So when he would get tested, he went to Auburn, I think.
That's right, because it can come out later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it
it's
stores.
fat.
It stores. Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to burn the muscle. And fat takes a while, especially where it was in the arm.
Yeah.
It's not like something you can exercise and burns fat. So they kept testing. It was like positive, and they found it. They was like, okay, it's here. And they NCAA and all these doctors, they sent their doctors. They found it was like, oh, this is the fat cells. Okay, that's what's happening. He's not taking any.
He did not do anything illegal.
Yeah.
He went to a doctor who treated him.
And this was years ago.
And he
It's
was a teenager. Like,
right. And it's like, that's why, and it's low traces too. That's why it keeps coming up.
because they can prove that they say certain levels of it don't even help you.
Right. And that's what they were doing. But the NCAA was still like, but he's testing positive for steroids, so we can't let him.
We said
So,
zero tolerance.
He's been, luckily, the coach felt sympathy for him, so he let him keep his scholarship, but he was never allowed to play. So he went.
You see what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that exists, and it's like you know how many athletes don't come from money, like, and it's like, so I'm sorry, maybe I'm strange. Judge me if you want to. When I found out you gave some poor project kid's mama a car, oh God, oh I'm sorry you helped a poor family. Oh no, oh the world's gonna end because the poor family has food now.
Think about
I'm
how
supposed to
much
be mad about
money
that?
you have just to give away a car to get somebody to come.
You see what I'm saying?
You know how much you're going to get on that
You
return.
did you help that poor kid's dad get a job in your city? Yes. Now they're not poor
Not
anymore.
even giving money, help him get a job.
Bro, now they're not poor anymore, and we're supposed to go. It's such a really.
The only exchange was like letting their kid go to school.
Yeah, and they broke their body playing for you, and it's like, thank you for not making us suffer as much, and I got to play for you for free.
Thanks for selling those.
But
jerseys.
somehow they'll be like, this is a disgrace to the game, and I'll be like, all right, give away half your salary. Like,
none of those people really have ever played the game. They're just like fans.
bro, some of the angriest people are not ex-athletes.
And they act like that money is keeping, like, was supposed to go to some books or some kids going, no, that was going to some dude's pocket. That's what he's like, you know what?
I was staying with the athletic department.
Right.
What do you think's really? Listen. You'd be better off. I'm gonna tell you why. If you let this happen, you know what's gonna happen, right? All the blue bloods, football and basketball, the talent will spread. So let's say us three, let's say I'm the top quarterback, you're the top quarterback, you're the top receiver. Instead of us all trying to go to the same 6 schools.
All the skinny positions, appreciate that.
Huh?
All the skinny positions,
Right? We big out here. So let's say all of us are the top, let's say running back, quarterback, receiver. Instead of us going to Bama, Ohio State, Michigan, something like that, we might end up going to like Indiana, San Diego State, Nevada, because they're like going to help us out more. And a lot of kids don't know this. If you're not the top in your position, but you're ranked, you go to a smaller school, get your stats up, and you can shine.
What's your boy that's a top high school recruit talking about going to a black college?
Yeah, heard about that dude. I forgot his name. He's African, right? African name? Was it African name?
I don't know if African name. I think
I thought it was a tall African dude that like.
No, he's not African. He's
Bo.
light skinned dude with a fro.
No, I'm not talking about him. There's another one. I think it was like Bo or something.
Oh, Bobo's already in the league.
Oh, I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about something else.
Here's the counter argument. I'm not disagreeing.
Oh, no, that's all
the
good.
counter argument is that top schools, top programs don't want that because people tend to want to stay closer to home.
Yep.
As good as like the SEC
And
is in basketball,
they've gotten better, yeah.
like Kentucky as a state don't have a lot of exceptionally great basketball players.
That's true.
So
That is true.
it's kind of like our resources and stuff like that.
But-
or if whatever sport to like program you are, you got to pull from somewhere else.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Doing that,
Mikey Williams.
Mikey Williams. But I think what that do is that'll spread out the talent. So,
Oh,
so
yeah, the
imagine
talent
this.
spread out, so they're going to the same six
Imagine
schools.
you take Louisville, Kentucky, UCLA, Kansas, Duke, North Carolina's draft class and take one player at each one of those and put them to smaller schools and have them more competitive. Because they're going to go be like,
It's like
hey,
Lola's in the national championship this year. You'd be like, ah.
listen, that whole Texas Western thing may never happen again. I mean, never happen again.
Power boosters.
It's like
And my thing is,
all it
but see, I feel the same way about the NBA. I don't like that there's
Like
lottery.
Tennessee's-
I don't like the lottery.
Tennessee
There's-
State
I don't
Community
care.
College is undefeated this year.
Now they're remixing into what a percentage, so it's like you can't just bomb. It's a real lottery instead.
No,
of
but no, I don't like it at all. Because my thing is this: I don't like the fact that teams that ended in the top 10 even have the option. It's like, bruh, can we get these terrible teams that are bomb? Like they they need them.
That they even get that 1%.
Yeah, I don't want them to have none. Because my thing is, that's why unless you trade like in football, you have to trade. It's like you can't just get it.
Yeah.
You don't need it. Anything like you said, bombing was a thing for a reason. It really was happening.
Yeah.
Like it's proven. Just let that go.
Like
If I'm Charlotte, and I'm only going to have the chance, it's like no, I need to get top 10 pick. Period. I need a top 10 pick. There's some teams in NBA, bro. It's like you'll meet a fan, you'll be like, oh, them is young niggas.
Well, they were talking about my team yesterday, 76ers, about the process and all these top picks we had.
And man, everybody don't listen.
Granted, we've had some playoffs, but
Can I be honest? LeBron James is single-handedly responsible for the entire East. It's
not
him.
even there no more.
No, what I'm saying. Now it's not. But LeBron James for a long time, if you were coming out the East, you were not getting a championship for like a 9-10 year period.
That's
if
fine.
If you came out the East,
Well,
LeBron.
remember he didn't
LeBron.
win. He was
LeBron.
getting to the championship.
That's why I said out the East. That's why I said out the East.
Yeah.
Like block.
You ever see that Game of Thrones parody with the basketball?
That was great.
And they had the remix of when the Celtics were going. He was like, "This time we're going to take you down, King." And he kept flashback. He said, "This seems familiar." Went all the way back to 2010. He went all the He said, "We're going to take his way." He's like, "Okay."
Sure.
All right.
Somebody made a point. I forgot what the guy. It was this white dude on is it ESPN. Whoever had the show with Chris Carter, for Chris Carter got kicked off the show, was a white guy, Chris Carter, and a
Nick
girl.
Wright.
Nick said something about, I think about 2018 to a certain standpoint. He said, let's be honest, LeBron James has been this league's MVP every year for about 15 years. But you can't give it to the same person for 15 years. He said, if you look from the standpoint of who's the most valuable to whose team, LeBron has been the most valuable player to his team in almost every way for 10 years at least. He said, when you look at the impact, the fact that he is the reason no East Coast team could win a championship if it wasn't his team, he was like, it's literally he's been the MVP. And the only reason, and on the West, there is no, I can't go, this single person is the driving force behind them winning these ships. It had the team effort. Golden State became the Justice League.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand? Like, their starting five, I think 4 of them were All-Stars, and then you added Kevin Durant.
What nobody wants to talk about is that first year they won. How many games did they go to? Did they go to 6?
Hold on, the first Golden State versus
Cleveland. When LeBron first went there.
I don't remember because that wasn't the year that they struggled against and almost lost to the Thunder. Was that same year? Or was that the next year?
Oh yeah,
That was the comeback.
No, that was the next year because that's
Durant
when Durant
almost had them.
Yeah.
And Klay Thompson off his shot got them out of that. Klay Thompson is a beast. And I feel like he don't be getting his proper due, but that's.
But that first year,
Splash Brothers, he got a nickname.
Splash Brothers.
But that first year, nobody wants to talk about how Cleveland, everybody was injured.
Yeah, there was a lot of hurt people, bro.
And LeBron still almost took them to Game 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were fully booked, so it's like, and of course losing the next year when they were somewhat healthy. And then they got Kevin Durant. It was like, well.
Now I will say this. I hate, and look, I'm gonna tell you why he's so cocky. Even though he seems like he's the least valuable of all the star players.
Who?
What's the defensive dude's name? Always angry.
Green.
Yeah, Draymond Green.
He's a defensive dude. It's always angry. I thought you were talking about Patrick Beverley.
No, Draymond. I'm gonna say this because Draymond. I'm not saying this is true, but he can make the argument when they set me out, y'all couldn't beat them without me. He can actually make the argument that when they made you sit down for too many fouls, y'all couldn't beat them.
But
he can make
he
the
got
argument.
himself in the foul too.
That's the problem with Draymond. I'll say this. It works in 2 parts.
But
this is the first part.
he was
Draymond
kicking
fouled
dudes
too
in the
much.
nuts. Yeah, he was kicking.
But the second part is in the finals, those 1 or 2. No, those actually weren't. Like there was 1 or 2. I was like, nah, that wasn't.
And you lost when you came back, so.
I know. But I'm saying is, because he was gone, like he was like, y'all couldn't.
They can say, yeah, that messed up the momentum, whatever, like that. But
so you know what I'm saying? I think that's why he's so cocky, even though he's not even the best player on the team.
Right.
Be like, when I wasn't around, y'all couldn't win. What's that, Michael Jackson? You can't win.
But he is pivotal because like
he makes
Seth gets exposed on his defense a lot. They offense is set up to really.
Seth is an
protect.
amazing shooter. Didn't say amazing basketball
Steph,
player.
yeah.
I said amazing shooter.
He created his own shot, so it's kind
Bruh,
of.
I ain't gonna lie, as a shooter, he is.
But yeah, they did take him to 6
It's
games.
like,
They took him to game
let him-
6. With Love was out.
And for LeBron's GOAT status, in my opinion, other than him and Iverson, not too many people go to a championship with no other Hall of Famers on the team. That don't happen too often. None?
No.
None. Bruh. Everyone you know that has a championship on the team with the star player, someone else is going to be in the Hall of Fame in the future already is.
Now, Cleveland's first championship, they had LeBron,
That was it.
but they did have Kyrie.
He's not going to be a Hall of Famer.
No. I'm
But he
talking
was-
about when Cleveland first went, when he was by himself, the first Cleveland run.
And plus, you got to look at this. Kawhi is still young. Kawhi was losing all the time until LeBron came.
Did y'all see that meme I shared with Kawhi where he was like, Paul, please. See, Kawhi, he had to carry a team. He was like, Kawhi probably looking like, this is why LeBron does what he does.
Yeah, he did that apology. You didn't hear that whole statement?
No, I don't know.
So after he left the team, he was like, he's like, I want to apologize. When he was first with the Nets, I think. Is that the first he went at the, or was
Who?
it? No, Celtics. When he first went to the
you
Celtics
talking
in
about?
the trade. Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard?
No, not Kawhi. Kyrie.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I remember that now, yeah.
Yeah, Kyrie.
He didn't know.
Yeah, he was
had no
like,
idea.
I want to apologize, Brian. He said, I was a young kid, just eager to prove my. Yeah, he said, I didn't know how much work it was to run.
I'm going to tell you the problem that Kyrie had. I'm going to tell you the problem Kyrie had. This gets a lot of athletes in trouble. It is a hard truth, but when you work hard and you're a
wanna be
superstar,
Kobe.
no, not even that. You don't want to admit this. If I come to you and you're pivotal, you might have a gold medal, might have a championship. For us to win, you have to be Pippen. You cannot be Jordan. Nobody wants to hear it, but it's the truth.
He idolized Kobe. He wants to be Kobe.
But
he
he was-
talked to Kobe, and Kobe's like, get it, yeah.
But there's a problem. Kawhi is Pippen. You're crucial, but you're here.
You mean Kyrie?
Kyrie. He don't want to be there. He doesn't want to.
Yeah.
He has but that's what he is.
And plus, everybody didn't want to give LeBron credit for that and kept on saying, Kyrie made the last shot and all this stuff. He was just like, I did make the last shot. But it was like, okay, LeBron blocked that shot.
Right.
And he
Like,
passed it off.
one LeBron getting like damn near triple, nigga, like close to a triple damn near. It was
It
like
was crazy. His playoffs was crazy.
his playoff numbers are like stupid. And the thing is, he got older
Pad
and they
stats like
didn't
Westbrook.
go,
No.
and they barely went down. It was like, look, this LeBron in the playoffs. Oh man, this LeBron in the playoffs. I had a terrible game. I only had 25 points, 3 blocks, and 3 steals. Oh, terrible. Like, wait, that's terrible for you? Like, him getting 20 points, 3 blocks, and 3 steals is terrible.
But if you listen to the announcer every time they try to clown him and stuff, they be like, you know what? He just had a mediocre for LeBron. I was like, it don't matter who's in for him. He's still killing everybody.
He's still killing it, bro. LeBron could score 18 with a broken arm, and they'd be like, it was only 18. Nigga, you see the slave.
I expect more out of you. LeBron.
But see, somebody talked about that. They said because he's done so much, with it sometimes so little, we forget that's still just a man. Basketball is one of the only sports that's
I know
like
he a man.
100% team sport. You cannot win by yourself.
We're still like, he's an older LeBron
Yeah.
who should be retiring right
And
now.
he's still that guy.
And he's still
Not
probably.
to bring him up because everybody brings them both up though, because that's that lure of Jordan. It's like everybody just wants to say he did it by himself. Like Jordan took them. And it's like he had a team.
Bro, he had a squad.
team.
I guarantee you, Scottie Pippen is in most top 20 all time. Now, for the era, all time players. You had a top all. Then you got Rodman.
Yeah,
Then you got Rodman.
But
Who, mind you, who you couldn't get through. For
but
2
not
years.
even that. His role players knew their role and
Hold
played
on.
their role.
When he got Rodman, remember this: he couldn't get through Rodman for 2 years. Niggas forgot about that. The
'Cause,
Bad
like,
Boys, 2 years they could not get past the Bad Boys twice.
Because even like when dudes
Twice.
left his team, they started somewhere else. What was your boy who went to Charlotte? He was the point guard for Jordan in the first 3 championships.
Harper, Coach.
Nah, Harper was the second one. Nah,
I'm
Coach
looking at
was small forward or power forward.
I forgot.
90s Bulls.
They got quiet up there.
That's good.
We can talk about the real issues.
With
Who's stronger? Goku or Saitama.
No, we're not doing it today. We're not doing it today. I'll get on that, but I'm not.
I know,
I'm
it's
not even. No, we're not getting to that.
oh my goodness.
We don't have the. Well, we've been out here long enough. We don't, no. That's a whole nother conversation based on nothing.
I know. It's
Listen.
really internet troll topic.
Yeah, it is. It's like, why are you bringing in these two universes? Like,
Not even
They're
comparable.
never gonna fight.
Plus, my thing is
I
because
just
the
like
one
arguing
isn't
about it
really
'cause-
based on like because Goku and all of it is kind of based on this thing happens and you get stronger. Sometimes it's like I'm the
It's
strongest now.
still
Okay.
kind of made up now. Now it's Super just made it.
Okay, look, the power scaling is not great in Super. It's not great. I'm not gonna lie. But with Saitama, it's more like this. It was almost like, what happened? I'm the strongest man ever. Okay, you did it. You trained a little bit, sure. Punch Intergalactic Warrior in the face and kill him. It's like,
They probably just haven't got to it yet.
even other people, their powers have explanations. Even in his universe, I can go, okay, you're a sidekick. Okay, you trained and got this. You trained and got this.
But they
You're this kind of-
purposely did that.
Yeah.
They're purposely making fun of
Yeah,
the
the
effort.
is
They're
ridiculous.
shitting on the effort that like
9,000
normal-
doesn't mean anything.
I know,
normal
Over.
protagonists do
I know, no,
to
no,
get
no.
there.
No, I
and
get
then
it.
it was kind of like,
That's
oh,
why
well,
the
he's
verse
strong
the verse
because
doesn't make
the-
because the
I
verse
just
doesn't
worked
make
out
sense.
Yeah.
for 3 years.
I know, right? But literally, the workouts he did, we've probably done as warm ups, push ups and crunches. Dude, people
100
Not a
put up.
thousand, yeah.
Was it 1,000 or 100?
no 100
100 push-ups
He ran,
a day.
In 5
3
kilometers or something.
which is that I don't know how kilometers is to miles. I don't know if it's
3.
He ran 3 miles.
Every day. Didn't stop. You got to start the basics, the foundation.
Yeah, but then he didn't add anything. So I'm
That's
like,
the same thing about the
where'd the strength come from?
Master Roshi school. Is just all basics.
Yeah,
keep
he
working out.
basically was like, keep working out, get stronger, get faster.
He said that's all. He said, "What's your secret martial art technique?" He said, "Put
Get
the
stronger,
shell on
faster."
your back, dig up this ground,
Yeah.
pull it back."
He basically told him if you get stronger and faster. Plus, you got to remember in the Dragon Ball world, there's no like Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. So it's like, just get stronger faster. If I hit you harder, I win. Because like technique matters, but my thing is, it's kind of like with the Oliver thing in Baki. If my muscle thick and cord enough, this won't do much to me.
Yeah.
You got to hit me with some real power behind it. That's why conditioning and boxing is so important. Tell me, did you hit them at the joint wobble?
Sometimes a little cushion. That's what they said about the Mexican dude that beat
Ruiz?
yeah, they were like, dude was hitting him. He's like, but
See, what happened was he just didn't look aesthetically pleasing. No, he worked out hard.
he's a good boxer.
Yeah, he's actually a really good boxer. They went through his
A
workout
lot of dudes
training.
wouldn't pick us like they're scared of him. He's a good boxer.
Nah, he'll hit you really hard.
And I really feel he lost that second fight because he didn't take it serious. He was waiting for something to happen.
He got a little excited. He got a little,
And he wasn't training like he was supposed to. He was, winner's high.
Yeah,
Apparently he was just
ooh, yeah.
showing off and stuff like that. But
I hear
I
one.
still think he's a better fighter than.
Anthony Joshua to me, to me, Joshua was running from. He was running
Wilder?
from Ruiz for a little bit. He ran from Deontay and ran from what's the big white boy that beat Deontay?
The Gypsy King.
He has kind of a cool name too. Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury. He has a hell of a boxer.
I love his name, Tyson Fury. That's like a character I make on like a game.
I was really looking for that rematch too.
Of them having the part 3.
Yeah, but COVID.
Oh yeah. The reason why I think it'll work is because I think Deontay realizes, okay, I'm probably have to bulk up a little bit. Number 1. Number 2,
To get the book.
not only that because he's unorthodox in the mud. He has to realize he has to get out of that because Anthony Fury would just lay his weight on you.
weighing him.
He's got to figure out a way to like maneuver because that'll tie you out.
His footwork. Like I said, skill. His footwork.
The thing is, I've seen him seriously hurt heavier, bigger fighters. Like
He hurt him.
Yeah. Because that first fight, when he got up on like the 8, it was like 8. Sissy bean.
You mean the 12 he got up on?
Bruh. I don't even say that he know what points now. Because if we went the old school, was it 3 knockdown rule? Or is that for 1 round?
No, that's any round. 3 knockdowns
'Cause when
consistently in the same round as Tico.
Okay. I thought it was 3. Okay, so it has to be for the same round.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. But he hurt him. He was on his back, like flat. And then, hey!
Like, I could knock you down twice in the first round. You get knocked down in the second. It's cool.
Okay.
Unless the ref is like, I was quick.
Because I've seen Wilder hit somebody so hard, he hit the ring, and they said, sir, don't move your head.
Yeah, when he bounced.
Boom, it was like, oh. You watch the fight, you be like, oh, he knocked you. Then, like, his wife was crying. I was like, it's not funny, man. His wife was crying. Like, the dude's wife was in.
They always find her in the crowd.
Bro, they find the wife every time. And I was like, oh, it's not funny, man. Because, like, I thought he was just going to be, like, maybe, like, a little knocked out, not a little necky breaky.
When Roy Jones got knocked out, and the kid, he had that stiff neck, like his head wouldn't go back down. I remember being a kid like, oh, he did.
Yeah.
What was that basketball game when we was in high school? Was it Luke Whitehead that fell, like, almost on his head neck?
He did.
Bruh.
And it was weird, but I was like,
And because, like, this weight fell into his head.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid and being like, oh,
Because his whole body swung, and he's like, and then you saw his neck fold on the floor with his shoulder. I was like, that's disconnect. That's not right.
I think I'm like, are we gonna have a memorial to him tomorrow?
Then he started rapping.
Louisville, Kentucky, man. What can I tell you? Yeah, man. Ramblings in life, bro.
All right, guys. Follow us on all social media. Appreciate you for joining us. Appreciate Nava coming out.
My guy.
Anytime.
You can probably catch him on some of our gameplay if he turns on his mic. But you'll definitely see his gamer tag. But appreciate you. Peace.
Peace.
God bless.